All right.
I have a feeling this is going south real quick.
How do you normally start?
The quickness. We
What
got
do you
Flo
normally
with
start?
the emphysema over here.
You've just been introduced to the reason we really think this is going off the rails.
What do you normally say when you start?
This is
All right, guys, how you
podcast.
doing? Like that shit? I hear you all the time say that.
So, today's hypothetical.
What was the last movie that you cried at, or TV series?
Thank you.
Brandon.
Oh, please don't start.
No, you're starting.
No, take your time, man. We're in no
You've
rush.
had martinis.
It's
Show
the
your
day before
sensitive
Thanksgiving.
side.
It's the day before
Thanksgiving.
the Thanksgiving of white people who didn't want to, rich white men who didn't want to pay their taxes, and you know,
the
now
original
it's-
Boogaloo.
Exactly, and we didn't. Now we're celebrating it with fireworks.
What's that Life of a Dog movie? Remember where the dog
Marley
dies
and
and
Me?
it keeps on like, no.
Oh.
Every dog
It,
movie.
it dies and
No,
it comes
it's
up to a
recent.
new dog.
No.
This
Yeah.
is like a year-old movie.
Life of a.
Probably Life of a Dog.
I didn't
so
see it,
right,
but I
it's
heard
right on
about
the
it.
nose.
He keeps
but-
dying and finding Randy Quaid, right?
The dog's purpose or something?
I think he
It's
keeps
Yeah.
finding Randy
Yeah.
Quaid.
Dog's purpose, life.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
sad.
sad. Dogs keep dying throughout the whole damn
And they
thing.
come
Fuck
back.
that. I'll
Sad.
cry on that every single time.
That's cute.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cute.
Exactly.
Never saw it.
Me neither, but
Saw the trailer.
it's a dog that died. I'm crying,
Bunch of
Yeah.
times.
no doubt.
The
It's
trailer
just like
deserves
Bunch of times.
Is it count if a trailer gets you to cry? Because I've cried at
a
the
trailer.
The
Oh,
trailer for the
oh.
I
movie.
cried in like
Tracy,
2
you go
minutes.
next then.
Oh, well, I don't want to count that as mine. Because I think mine might have been when Jackson and Brittany got married on on Vanderpump Rules. I saw it on Instagram. I know it doesn't count as a show, but
It's a series, I guess.
it's a series, and it was brought to life for me.
You
and
cried when Jax
I
and that
inst-
dumb cunt from Oklahoma got married?
Oh, we're
I
dropping
saw it
that
on
word.
Instagram, and their real love came
I
together.
don't even know what
Mm.
she's talking about.
It's an Instagram
But
post.
that's what's sad is I watched the show, and then on Instagram, when I saw that they got married, and they were sponsored by an amazing sunglass company, by the way.
Costas?
That alone will make
No.
you cry.
No.
They were nice
Probably
shades.
some dumb
I
shit.
don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Had-
cried because
had gold
I felt
frames
that it
on
was
them.
a real love
Yeah.
in the world of reality, and it got. I mean, I'm just being honest. I just saw that this week. So you want most recent, right? That's the.
I mean, it could be whatever.
I
yeah.
mean, it's the most recent thing I saw that made me cry. That's like on
So
TV.
Jax and a girl from
Jax
Oklahoma
and
got
Brittany.
married, and you
Yeah.
cried at that. Okay.
Shed a tear.
I'm
right.
sorry. You know, I felt.
No,
I
you
felt
don't.
it was
That's no
authentic.
apology.
apologize,
This is
yeah.
a question.
It was
There's
real.
no
All right.
apologies.
It was real. Slam it all you want.
I'm kind of thinking that maybe it was some mixed emotions. You know, you were crying because of the TV show, but it was really because
It's real love.
Another
okay.
reason.
If you can't accept it, I don't know what to tell you.
We accept it.
Okay.
that is my wife, by the way, Tracy,
Yeah.
Oh, great.
and
Maybe
that's
that's
fine.
not when you introduced me.
And that's Abe talking. If you don't recognize him
Yeah.
from a boat ramp.
if you don't recognize this voice, we appreciate you finally starting to listen to the podcast.
Follow us on social media.
No, that's the end, bro.
But we can double plug it.
Oh, can we? Yeah. Boom. Yeah, go out to social media right now. Follow us, Stormwater Creek. Watch crazy shit.
Anywho,
Lauren,
this is my wife.
I need a new box of tissues every time I rewatch Band of Brothers.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry hearing
I
that.
feel like tonight is going to shape up into tomorrow being a Band of Brothers day for you.
Not. It won't be tomorrow. It has to be really bad, and then I just.
Anytime
completely
she's
binge it.
severely hungover, she
It's
watches.
been one time.
Oh, that is not true. No.
That's my show though. But also, on a lighter note, sometimes I cry watching Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Remember when we watched it together on your chest?
That sounds
No.
weird.
Don't-
Sounds real weird.
No, it's just they make over this
I'm so
they go
confused.
in
You
as
should be
5 guys
confused.
and they redo like their style. There's like a
No,
life
we know. We
coach.
get it. We know what it
You
is.
balanced the phone
No,
on
but
your
no,
chest
at,
and we watched
at
it.
the
That's what I meant.
end, like they're always so touched and changed, and they always talk about how they're going to change
a
their
beautiful
life.
thing.
And I'm sure it's all just like production and all that, but sometimes I cry because that's really sweet.
Better.
And then I cry when
life.
people get shot and get their heads blown off. So there's no in between.
I think that's a
Cool.
perfect
Bing, bang,
answer.
boom. Austin, what did you cry at?
That rant on the 25th hour just really
Don't
touches me.
lie.
That guy,
That's
I thought I
just
saw
really-
some water
Don't
come out of those
lie.
eyeballs.
It really brings it home.
Stop.
Google the 25th hour rant. But,
we should play it now.
I know the last movie you cried in.
which was?
The one with Lady Gaga and Bradley
Oh,
Cooper.
I cried in that too.
I know, that's probably true.
No, that is the last movie.
Partly
No,
true.
she did.
What is the name of that? A Star is Born.
Star is
You cried in A Star is Born.
You did.
I
And
did
that was
too.
a good movie.
I did too.
You
Yeah.
grabbed. You grabbed.
When
it.
I
he's
think
hanging
everyone
himself,
did.
I'm fucking spoiler alert, by the way.
Yeah.
But the movie's
Yeah.
been out 3 times.
Yeah,
since
this is not
forever,
a new movie,
so
but
it,
still.
Okay, I'm on the deep end. Watch as I dive in. How's that make you feel? You want to cry?
Oh, do you need a tissue, Austin?
No, I'm good.
it doesn't. It's not Lady Gaga that makes me cry.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
fucking
Bradley Cooper.
It's
I
killing
know.
himself.
Yeah,
No,
because
it wasn't
And
even
the
Bradley
dog.
Cooper. It was the dog.
Watching outside.
Yeah,
the,
I-
It was
sitting.
the dog
No.
that made me cry.
But it was
No
him
way.
It's a
killing
combination.
himself because it was so helpful.
But the
because
dog, I agree with
because
Lauren.
he
The dog
felt
sitting
like
outside.
he
the,
was.
It was, and it like whimpered, and I was like, okay.
that dog was sitting outside the freaking garage. Of
Yeah.
course, that was a
No.
Sorry,
cry-worthy.
Austin, you were saying?
No, we're good.
Oh well.
It's the Stormwater Creek Wise podcast.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the last time you cried.
No,
in a
it's
movie.
definitely him killing himself because
Yeah.
he felt like such a burden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
The dog's sad too, though.
Hey.
What was the Yeti movie we watched?
Yeti.
Oh, the
Jesus.
dog.
Oh, the dog.
Sam.
Sam.
It's
Sam.
always a dog.
At Hogorama, everyone was like, "Why are we watching this?" And everybody went their own ways for like
God.
10
That was
minutes.
bad.
Dude, it was real bad.
Like, whew, I need
I've
a
And it
beer.
looked
literally
like
never
Max.
seen a group of men
no.
It
like
was not okay.
Yeah, 10 of us all like,
around a cell phone.
whew,
just
like all
mm.
went our own directions.
No,
and-
that was not
I get you,
good.
man. I get you.
I'm gonna get a beer.
But then it was so sweet.
Gonna get a
Gotta go to the
beer.
bathroom.
Got a new
Oh yeah, I
dog
think my tire's
and-
low. I'm gonna check my tire.
I think I hear something. So, yeah, I think the most recent was probably A Star Is Born as well, but I'm not gonna,
But
obvious.
Sam, I
But
agree
what
with that
is
too.
your- if
Sam.
not Star
oh
is
God,
Born, what would
they
it
made
be?
me watch that
Sam.
at work.
Sam's your answer.
They made me watch that at work.
Bastards.
Bastards.
That shit was.
Google that on
Rough.
YouTube. Sam,
Yeti,
it's a Yeti
yeah.
video about a duck hunting dog. Oh. Anyways, we have to change the subject.
Only if you want to ruin your day.
It
we have to
wasn't
change the subject.
Game of Thrones for you.
Fuck, that pissed
So-
me off.
I'm kidding. I know.
Whatever, trash.
The last season was. That's for sure.
Okay.
Well,
So, on this
the,
episode, we discussed shitty TV.
So, did you know that the U.S. Forest Service and Ducks Unlimited is investing $25.8 million into 3 Texas coastal refuges?
I read that.
McFadden. I don't know what the other ones are. I think it's McFadden, Texas Point, and Huke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, good on you, Ducks Unlimited and Forest Service.
I want a duck hunt on the coast.
Fish and Wildlife
Real bad.
Services, not Forest Services, by the way.
Do what?
It's the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services, not Forest Services.
There's no forest on the coast.
Maybe there are.
Maybe there are.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
It's where dirt meets water, bro.
There's sand first.
It's dirt.
Cool.
Well, we're going to talk about the boat,
Yeah, we are.
which
Did we have a trivia or a
We do.
quiz we
We
were going
do.
to take?
we're going to start this off with a quiz as well.
This is
So,
not going to be pretty.
okay.
How are we going to take the quiz?
Well, I'm going to ask you the questions.
Me?
I'm going to ask all of you the questions, and you're going to be able to
Individual answers?
individually answer.
Neat.
We're going to go around. So,
What do we get for winning?
So, wait, if you ask
love
him the
and
question, you
admiration.
get to tell him if he's right or wrong, and then it
Well-
gets back to me?
No, we're all going to answer, then he's going to give the correct answer.
Okay, continue.
all right.
I'm going to start with Brandon.
I need to know what my
it is-
grade will be.
It is a multiple choice. This is a multiple choice question.
Easy.
Approximately what proportion of North America's waterfowl winter in Mexico? A, 5%, B, 10%, or C, 20%?
20%. It's always the biggest number.
B is for best.
20%.
10%.
10.
Lauren and
20?
Martini Boy get it. Yeah.
I felt like that was a lot.
I
A
said
lot of-
20.
A lot, a
I
lot.
said 10, but
I
it was
said-
Tracy and Brandon.
Mexico's wetlands provide a vital wintering habitat
But I'll take
for
the
many
number.
species
I'll take
of
the number.
waterfowl,
I felt like
Hey,
so many
even though it's
weather in
including
southern
northern
US.
pintails,
just
redheads,
confident
Pacific
enough
grants,
to get it
northern
right.
shovelers, and blue-winged teal.
We just did
Neat.
an air pound
Okay,
for 20%.
20%.
Yes.
20%'s a lot.
You know, I've
It
done a
is.
lot of research on this, so I'd like to get credit for it.
You get credit.
Oh, you did say 20%. She said 10%.
Yeah.
we
we
already
said-
Way to go,
figured
Trey.
it out, man.
Way to go.
Okay, next question.
Like I
I'm
said,
the
I've
worst Steve Harvey
Spent a lot
ever.
of time learning
Basically.
about it.
On
Way to go,
average,
Tracy.
on average, what proportion of North America's waterfowl breed in Alaska? A, 10%, B, 20%, or C, 30%?
Do they breed before they migrate?
Just in Alaska. If they're in
Just
the
all the
borders
time?
They
and
don't
they're
breed all
breeding,
the time now.
So when do they breed?
it's free game.
On average, what proportion of North
no one
America's
knows.
waterfowl breeds
We know.
Good talk.
in Alaska? 10, 20, or 30%?
I'm back with 20. It's been good to me.
B didn't work last time, so it's going to work this time.
All right,
Test taking strategies.
my love.
I'm going to say C.
This is 10, 20, 30?
10, 20, 30.
10.
All right, well, the 20%ers take it again.
Heck yeah.
Alaska is a key
Got
breeding
it.
ground
2
for
for 2.
many species
I don't know
of ducks,
anything about
geese, and
duck
swans.
migration. No wonder I
Waterfowl
can't
raised
shoot
in the
one.
lake frontier follow every flyaway. All right,
We're doing
so
this whole bottle of Sangiovese to squelch with the flames of this loss.
what is the only
That's
U.S.
very eloquent.
state to have a duck or goose as its official state bird? Arkansas.
Hold on, one more time.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
What is the only U.S. state to have a duck or a goose as its official state bird? Arkansas, California, or Hawaii?
Arkansas.
I'll say Arkansas.
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 Incorrect.
Really?
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
No,
What?
California's
Well,
a bear.
We knew it wasn't Hawaii.
Say bird.
Hawaii's Nene
Bears are not birds. I mean, it's
Nene
crazy.
goose
I was
is the
just
only
picturing the
waterfowl
flag.
species honored as an official state bird.
Hawaii would pick like
My bad.
The Nene goose is the only waterfowl species honored as an official state bird.
Bullshit.
Hawaii would pick like Bernie
This
Sanders.
next one is
so-
true or false.
False.
On the prairies, more waterfowl are raised on large wetlands than on small ones.
False. Still
I
false.
agree.
Let-
False.
Then what are you doing? Let him go in order.
Continue.
False.
I already said false.
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 False is right.
I told you.
Acre for acre, small wetlands are considerably more productive for breeding ducks than larger wetlands.
Cool.
Although most geese and swan form lifelong pair bonds, researchers have observed cases in which members of pairs voluntarily go their separate ways. True or false?
True.
False.
Can we repeat that?
Although most geese and swans form lifelong pair bonds, researchers have observed cases in which members of pairs voluntarily go their separate ways.
I'm going to say true.
True.
Divorce is a real thing. Although rare cases of divorce have been observed in pairs of geese after failed nesting attempts.
Bitch
Children
fucking hid
that
the remote.
ruin everything.
Yup.
Sorry, breeders.
Gross.
Or in your
Rough,
case,
rough.
Also
someone
known as
hid the
parents.
fucking bottle opener, the wine opener.
Yep.
Listen.
Let's edit that
Let's
out.
not
Let's edit that
put
out.
salt on the wounds.
Let's edit that out.
I will find it.
Oh.
So, 3 ways you can make your decoy spread a little bit better.
Okay.
Is contrast,
Mm-hmm.
black and white action in there.
Yep. Which
Uh,
ties right back into our Mojo podcast.
I would say that wasn't that.
Wait, whoa. What?
We are talking about coots, which are a black
Talk with the white bill.
waterfowl. The
They're
white
small.
bill.
They're stupid birds.
They're dumb.
Dumb.
They're
Those-
terrible.
They don't even
Swims.
taste good.
Have you ever eaten one?
Yucky.
No, I don't need to. If everyone in the world tells me they taste bad, I'll be okay with not tasting it.
So apparently, darker decoys will stand out more
Yeah.
on mudflats, off-colored water, and under an overcast
We have to
sky.
remember that since all of our water is green,
Yeah.
greenish brown.
So we should definitely get some. I bet it's washing those, like, natural colored decoys out.
All those busted up ones we got for cheap,
Black.
black. White. I've got a white paint pen. I bought
Yeah.
2 bills. We'll do them all as coots.
I agree. So the next thing is obviously movement. So things like the mojos, which I'm super excited about. To
Yeah,
recap,
that was a revelation.
you know you can make as much noise as you want down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're good. We open beers on the podcast all the time.
I don't know if you can hear me chewing my olive.
Oh, I'll edit that out.
Maybe you keep it in because I think it's very
Adds character.
It's
adds
natural.
character.
Okay. So I'm super excited about trying the height off the water.
That in the distance from the spread.
Yeah.
Because we always put our mojos in the spread, which seems to be the wrong way, and what 95% of people do wrong with their mojos.
Well,
He said it's not a closer. It's not a finisher.
Yeah.
It's an attractant.
It's an
attractant.
attractant.
Long
I
range
treated
attractant.
it as a finisher.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I think to his point, and if you're just listening to this and you're like, what the hell are they talking about? We had Terry Denon from Mojo on the last podcast. So stop, go back an episode, and you will hear Terry explain how to use a Mojo duck or dove decoy in your spread and kind of what it's meant to be for, right? Straight from the horse's mouth. So great episode, and go back an episode and listen to that one. But yes, I think that as you move further in the season, which is point, you kind of move them away from your spread as they become more decoy shy. Get that movement, and then
I had 2 extension poles I built for them. I lost them.
PVC.
They fell out of the back of my truck.
Well, PVC that, cut it on an angle, shove them in there,
Absolutely.
and then just
And I put
Easy.
a bigger fitting on top.
Mhm.
So you could put the yep. They were 10 foot long. I lost them.
we'll get like them coming kind of down, so it looks like a waterfall of mojos.
Cool.
We need to vary the height, vary the location of them, and we need more.
And we need the motor
Motor?
of the spinning mojo.
Oh, the
Where
water
it looks like,
splasher one?
yeah,
the
we need
splash
that
motor
one.
one?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Extremely
sweet.
affordable.
We need that
surprisingly.
real bad.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
We're going to get it.
I wink.
Birthday, I got it. Real subtle.
What else? No, that's not what we're getting
We
at.
were just going to make our own.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Good talk.
So Mojo is obviously a great way to add movement. The old tried and true jerk cord. So I'm excited about trying to like take that jerk cord and run like 2 lines off of it.
We've got 2 jerk
Yeah.
cords though.
I know, but if you ran 2 lines off of your 2 jerk cords, then you
4.
have 4. And you got some movement coming in.
Okay, I'm into that.
How much more time is it going to take to set all this up?
Less. Setting
it's
jerk
less
cords
time.
is
Stupid simple.
Stupid simple.
Yeah.
And we have a boat now.
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't
I
have
was
to
about
get
to say
wet.
that.
Oh my God. It's a new age.
Which
You're
is I
not gonna
think
be
is
sweating
the
while you set them up.
which I think
Nice.
is the story of the boat, the epic of Gribble.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well,
You see what I did
we're getting
there?
That was very
It's the
nice.
epic of Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Where's the
Did
violin?
anybody catch that? No.
The violin.
Cool.
Bring on the
Awesome.
violins.
Never mind.
So the other hot tip,
You uneducated heathens.
is attaching your cords to the keel of your decoys in different locations, front, back, middle. It'll make those decoys
Pull
sit differently. Pull on a jerk cord, it'll make it pull differently. But it'll also, if you don't even have them on a jerk cord, they will sit differently in the water
Okay.
if you attach them to different points on the keel of the decoy.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
It'll make it face a different direction.
If the wind's blowing, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just like an anchor trolley on a kayak.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay. I mean, ducks like to land into the wind, but sitting.
I think they'll go anywhere.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't matter.
They'll kind of, it's like an airplane.
Yeah.
Come in and goes wherever,
Go
the fuck
where
it
they
wants.
want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hot tip number 2. The next thing, and if anybody who is listening to this has not already read their Ducks Unlimited magazine, that's what we're doing right now.
Hey, we'll do it.
Email us and argue.
Yeah.
info@stormwatercreek.com.
Yeah, I like what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I wanted to talk about that's in this is 5 favorite waterfowl recipes. This shit looks good. So one of them is one that we obviously want to try, which is waterfowl tamales. Yeah. The other one that caught my attention, top 2, is the mango and prosciutto duck poppers.
Yeah, I meant mango.
Oh my god, they look so good.
I mean, but you add prosciutto to anything, it can't be bad.
Yeah.
Prosciutto.
Prosciutto and mango with, like,
Jeez.
I guess it looks like it's a hunk
Rich.
of duck breast.
breast, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that looks so good. A little jalapeno in there.
Yep.
And the rest of the stuff looks good, but sweet jalapeno duck or grilled duck breast with olive oil and rosemary, that seems like tried and true.
Yeah, that's basic.
Basic, solid
Good to
stuff.
go.
I know. I had a guy who was talking to me about hunting today, and he was like, "Hey man, you know, how much you you make a lot of deer jerky?" And I'm like, "I used to,
Not really.
not anymore though. I'm like, maybe if we kill a couple extra deer this year, we'll turn one in because everybody effing asks for that. It's like one thing somebody.
I don't think they understand
all I
how
know
much
what to do.
how much meat it takes to make
It's
jerky.
so much,
It's like
And
a 10
time.
10 to 1 difference.
and it's just that
I
it's-
turned a whole deer into jerky the year before last.
And
It
no
aff-
one took it at our Christmas party.
It ate every drop of it.
No, we did it for White Elephant.
I
And we
know.
ended up taking it back home with us.
Mm-mm.
Yes, we did.
Okay. It affected my electricity bill for how much it took to run the dehydrator to turn. I turned a whole dough into jerky.
Jeez.
All 4 quarters, not backstraps. All 4 quarters, and all the trimmings, and the neck, and everything but backstrap.
3 pounds.
Maybe
3 pounds of meat.
It was 2 or 3 gallon bags, but jerky didn't
Yeah.
weigh anything. It was delicious, but
Takes a lot.
it was good. But yeah, jerky just makes you understand why it's so expensive. There's a lot of flesh involved for
so much work.
a lot of not quantity after.
100%. So,
It's like if you shot a buffalo and ground the whole thing.
No, I was stopping myself from saying that, but
I see what you did there. Yeah, I can't imagine doing like I just don't get why you would want to just do something like that, like all one thing. Like if you're starting out, I get that. I think we've all done that on our first couple like deer, just like, oh, this is the out of just intimidation, out of just kind of by the time you get to that, you're just kind of over it. You know. And so you end up just kind of
Going the easy route.
dumping it all into into that one thing. So, which is, I don't know, I can't do it.
What are you looking at over there?
I'm reading about Hardin County game warden wrapped up a week-long investigation that resulted in apprehending 2 local suspects in the act of taking 35 catfish by the way of hoop nets that were placed in a village creek near Polk Hardin County line. The warden had begun the investigation the week prior and walked several miles along the creek until he discovered a boat that was tied up and unattended in a very remote part of the creek. After a quick inspection of the boat, he believed it was a possibility being used to run hoop nets. The warden devised a plan
run what?
hoop nets.
Hoop
So if you imagine,
I have no idea what
I think,
hoop net is.
I think if you imagine a couple hula hoops tied together with nets, I think they you set them, go in one way,
catches everything in the
and
creek.
it just you put it where I think that the flow of the creek, and they just go
Yeah.
in there and they can't get back out.
Got it.
You can Google that and see how right or wrong I am.
Let's say if you're just
Yeah, basically.
making that up, that's pretty impressive.
The warden devised a plan to enter the property before daylight ahead of the forecasted heavy rain event to catch the suspects in the act. After laying in wait for over 6 hours, good God, the warden heard the suspects arrive by vehicle and get in their boat that was still tied up on the creek. After they emptied one hoop net upstream, they returned to check a net downstream that just happened to be right in front of the warden's hiding spot. The subjects were captured on video removing fish from their nets, and the look on their faces when they were caught was priceless. 2 hoop nets and 35 catfish were seized, and several charges for taking fish by illegal means and possessing hoop nets in prohibited waters were filed. F those guys.
I'd be curious to know what fish are legal to catch with hoop nets.
It sounds like a hoop net is. It's
Illegal
not the.
in
It's not
Texas.
the. Yeah, it's the hoop net.
It's
that
the hoop
just-
net itself.
It's just you're not
'cause
catching.
You can take catfish by a lot of means. So
A
if
lot.
that's one, it's probably not legal for much else. And looking it up, it looks like, how do you describe it? It looks like funnel-shaped nets linked together. So as they swim in, it's hard to get back out. Kind
Yeah.
of like you'd think of a circle trap for hogs, and squeeze in, but can't really
Yeah.
get back out. So the net's tight, so they can push through it, but then...
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
It's
what
got
they're
like
doing is they're
a-
putting bait in the very tip of it, and these catfish are pushing through these funnel-shaped nets
Yeah.
to get bait, but can't push back out.
That's exactly what it looks
Yeah.
like.
Just like on Finding Nemo.
Goddamn Finding
All right,
Nemo.
we're back
If you
to
remember
when
that
we
scene,
cried
that's
at a
exactly
movie.
what it was.
No
and
idea.
that is going to break us down right now.
No, that's
into
exactly
tears.
what it was.
Thanks
It's a
a lot,
hoop net.
Lauren.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna cry.
you have a new boat,
We do.
which we may have talked about already on the podcast, but we're going to go in depth today. So, how did you find this boat?
Oh, God, actually, now you mention it,
It's been a process.
you don't even know how I found it.
On Craigslist.
Mm-mm.
That was the massage.
Did you find it before you told me you found it?
So,
That was
Continue.
the puppy and the free massage was on Craigslist.
the free candy in a van, and the sea was backwards and it was spray painted, and I woke up in a field with no pants.
My
But
ass
that's
hurt.
neither here nor there.
But moving on to the
Yeah.
boat.
But alas.
But alas.
So we got the bug about it. I mean, we've had the bug about a boat
Oh.
for 2 years of duck hunting. I don't know what got us hot to trot about a boat. I mean, I don't even think
I
hot.
think I
to
finally said it one day.
I
and
think
then
you
like, started
did,
looking.
but I don't know. I mean, I guess because I
No
just
kids.
spend
Let's
time.
get a boat.
I mean, hashtag not breeder.
Dinks.
Non-breeder.
Dinks. I don't know. I just started just looking at boats and just looking and searching, Googling, because I just didn't have any idea. I looked at Go Devil's website. I built the boat I wanted. I knew how much it cost. And I didn't even think it was crazy because it was literally every single thing I could ever want or consider wanting.
Yeah.
I mean, from bow to stern, it had trolling motor mount. It had headlights. It had a winch mount, yada, yada, split deck, gun boxes, extra light bars.
We got to put on the front of that boat.
Winch mount?
Got the Harbor Freight catalog, and they've got like a 5,000-pound winch, I think, on sale for like $120 or something.
Yeah, we'll get there. So I got on there and put this together, from bow to stern. It went 18 foot, like by 5 foot, and all those things I said, split seat, push pole over the motor, push pole deck, hunting deck on the back, which adds like 2 feet to your transom, but it's a lower deck you can get in to stomp off muds before you get in the boat. It makes it easier for your dog to get in. I had a dog ladder, then like 35 horse surface drive, pop-up blind, grass, like everything.
Built like a tank.
Trailer.
Drives
Yeah.
through trees.
100%. We're getting there. So I put it together and clicked on all of it, and it ended up being like right under 20 grand, which in one sense is a lot of money. In the other sense, it didn't seem like crazy. If you think of like people buying a
was a lot.
wakeboard boat, you're not getting outside of that for under 30.
We saw a $150,000 wakeboard boat
gets
that
sunk.
had sunk to the bottom of
Exactly.
Ray Hubbard.
Exactly.
And we've already got people wakeboarding on it, apparently.
Exactly. So
That wasn't them wakeboarding.
no.
That was
That
just a
wasn't
picture
us.
of them wakeboarding.
That was just a picture I found on the internet. So I just I started thinking, I was like, that's not crazy. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's not absurd. This will be there will be nothing else we will ever want to add to this boat. It'll be done. But then do we need to deal with this? Yada yada. And him and Hod, and I'm pretty cheap, so obviously wasn't going to pull the trigger. So then I just started looking at used boats and just Googling around because the internet exists. There's no reason. I had no
Why
good
not?
yeah. And then I started Googling surface drives, and I started Googling Go Devil. And then some boat trader website. So on some boat trader website, there was somebody posting a boat that was in Madisonville, and the pictures were screenshots from a cell phone of a Facebook ad. It was either a Facebook ad or a Craigslist ad.
It's Craigslist.
So I looked at that and I was like, okay. So then I get on Craigslist and Google Madisonville duck boat and find the actual ad. So then on Craigslist, there's pictures of a Facebook ad. Like, I'm not shitting you.
And after meeting her, it makes a lot of sense.
So then all right, and I don't use Facebook hardly ever. I'm not good at it. So I figure out how to use Facebook Marketplace. And I Google, like, Madisonville, duck boats, go devil, this and that. And I find the actual screenshot, the actual ad. So I'm 3 websites in. I'm like, all right, I'll just message this guy, see what's up. Message him, like, hey, I've dug your ad up.
I don't even know how much more work it took to do that than just posting the ad 3 times.
Right? They were screenshot of screenshot
Like,
of screenshot.
You posted an
Like,
ad,
this is
took a
7
screenshot, posted an ad with pictures,
Of
took a screenshot of it.
an ad that was not the actual ad, which was the ad of an ad. So the
I think you
Facebook...
just inceptioned my mind.
Yeah, the Facebook ad was the original. They posted on Craigslist with a picture of the Facebook ad. They posted on some boat trader with a picture of the Craigslist ad, which is a picture of the Facebook ad. I swear to God. So I find the actual person.
First of all, for anybody who's looking for a deal on the internet, that's what you fucking want to see, okay? You're dealing with somebody who's probably a bit pliable.
Yeah, they're like, they just want to get rid of this.
Yeah, this is desperation.
And so I messaged this guy and said, hey, I dug this ad up, what's up? Like, is this hours on this boat? What is it like? Does it run well? Just basic questions that, were halfway meaningless because, most of them, if you're trying to sell something, would be like, oh, it's fine. Of course it's fine. It runs perfect, this and that. And this guy's response is, I actually posted this for a friend. So that means boat trader website, Craigslist, Facebook for a friend that doesn't have the internet. So we're 4 levels deep now. Text this person.
You're literally the only person who saw that ad.
Apparently not. So then I text this lady about it some. Turns out her husband's a dog trainer.
This is the cool part.
He trains labs for duck hunting.
Yeah.
The boat still exists. They just don't use it anymore. So Lauren and I are headed to Houston for something. We decided, Madison. Do what?
Hang with Dave.
Went fishing.
No, it was the cook-off.
Yeah.
And we went fishing.
Yeah, but the main reason was cook-off.
Yeah, you're right.
So we decided, Madisonville's not. I mean, it's right there. We're passing through it. So it turns out we're just off the road, Madisonville. We swing by and look at it. Super nice. Motor cranks over. Boat's cool. I mean, it's obviously a used aluminum boat, but I mean, it's square.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. We get back to town. We mull it over.
How to know they had that smoker there? I'd have made have been like, hey, dude, let's see if we can do a 2 for 2.
We've got a smoker.
I know. It's in major disrepair right now.
We'll talk about that later because I do have questions. So we get back home, we mull it over, we talk about it some, and just what she was asking was probably a decent price, but it just didn't.
It wasn't enough to make
it wasn't.
Hot damn.
It didn't make me salivate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we mull it over, and I'm pretty cheap. We ignore it, and we got back on the subject. And Lauren says, "You're too cheap to buy this. Just text the lady and see if she'll take this much."
Way undershot it.
Way. A few $1,000s.
Like, why not?
And
why not?
And me and the lady text some. We go back and forth, and she says, "I'll get back to you." And I told Lauren, and said, she's tired of looking at this boat. Her husband's up north training dogs.
So she's having to show
So
it
she's
to
tired of
everybody.
dealing with this shit.
Yeah, she's
Perfect
over it.
strategy.
I
that.
guarantee she called her husband and said, "Here's the deal." And when we saw it, she said she had 2 or 3 people coming to see it. When I was texting her again, she said, "I've had this one dude want like 4 sets of pictures. He's come and seen it
They're
twice."
flaky.
She's like, "I don't know what more he wants to see. Like, how many times can you look at a piece of metal?"
Yeah.
I think he was in love with her.
Or he was just waiting for a deal. I don't know. But so we text this and that.
Bad negotiator. You're right.
Yeah, real bad negotiator.
You don't show up and expect them to do something.
Expect them
different
to
for you.
offer you a deal. So I text her, offer, and she says, "I'll get back to you in the morning." 6 a.m. next morning, she says, "You come get this today." It's yours for this price. And Abe and I were heading down there for a full draw. And I said, we will be there before dark. Hell of a deal. So we get there. We help her move a couple trailers around. We get the boat hooked up. We leave. Awesome. We're high-fiving. And we're 45 minutes out of where we were dropping the boat in Conroe to go do some stuff.
Stopped and had badass boudin.
Yeah, I got
sausage from
boudin at
Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's. We hit the highway, and I'm looking in the
good.
rear views, you know.
Such a shame
Just
they don't have
excited
it at the
dragging
Rose
this
City.
Is
boat.
this intermission where everyone go get your ding dongs because it's getting good after this? Take a pee.
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh,
bad.
not yet.
It's not
Most
bad.
people don't take intermissions from podcasts.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
This isn't a play.
So we get we're rolling down the highway like, yeah, we got a boat, got a
Yeah.
boat. We're eating boudin and drinking monsters and look in the rear view.
Is that
I said, are we dripping a liquid?
what's going on back
he,
there?
He kind of looks and said, no, is that smoke? And we pull over. Passenger side trailer tire is smoking.
Like
Smoking.
fire smoking.
Undeniably.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my
I
God.
told you to
And
get
so
the ding dong. This is
looking
the
at
part.
it cooked off a bearing. I mean, cooked it.
It was
Cooked it.
evident
So
that
there
there
was-
was nothing between the
So
spindle and the.
The only thing
wheel.
keeping the hub on the spindle was the castle nut and cotter pin. I mean, it was banging around on there. And the hub had gotten hot enough to discolor. The rim had discolored. The spindle had warped and basically welded two bearing races to the spindle.
We discovered that at a later date, later time.
And the tire's hot enough to almost start catch fire.
We had to let air out of it
And we're on the
because
side of I-45.
yeah, thankfully,
Legitimately.
we got to out of like nowhere a rest stop comes
Yeah,
up, which
so we
is
limp into a rest stop. So we look at it like, holy shit, I don't know what to do.
Again, I brought up ding dongs. This might be when you get one. I'm just saying.
I don't think they have ding dongs here.
The
We
rest
don't.
Stop. All right. I was trying to just.
No, I mean they have ding dongs at rest stop. It's
I have dessert, Tracy.
truck
you got that on
stop.
mind?
Yeah. I'm
there's
just
ding
saying.
dongs everywhere.
I'll get you some.
So
Kill
we
for
don't know
ding
what to
dong.
do. So like, I mean, we can't. I don't want to leave a boat on a trailer at a rest stop. I mean,
I can
it's
barely
probably
edit.
not going to be there.
I can barely edit a podcast, much less this. I'm like, well, this fucking boat lives here now.
Yeah,
Like,
and Abe's mind is like, well, that sucks for you, dude. You don't have a boat anymore.
yeah,
Where is the nearest lake?
exactly.
So
Drop it in.
Should we burn it?
So I'm like, all right, we got to limp into Huntsville. So we start Googling all our parts stores. Abe finds one like 5 miles up the road,
Yeah.
just in Huntsville. So we do 30 miles an hour up the highway. I'm
Getting off and back on.
off
because we had to like no service
access
road. Yeah.
road, so we'd have to get off 45 onto 45, hazards on, doing like 35, 40 miles an hour on 45 with truckers. It's like wah wah,
Wow.
like everybody's pissed off at us. And when we got hazards on, we're trying to be cool. We're kind of trying to hug the shoulder, but
I'm
it
pretty
isn't-
sure we saved some people some tickets too. Because
probably
I mean,
So, I
people
mean,
zoom through there.
it is what it
Huntsville's not
is.
to be messed with.
So we get to AutoZone, and we throw it on jacks and pull it off. I mean, everything's just a nightmare. We deflated the tire some because it was overinflated. I mean,
That I thought was going to explode.
It cupped the tread on it because it was so overinflated.
Wow.
Once you deflated, it was cupped.
It was
Jeez,
like a
man.
lizard skin.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Everything's discolored. It got so hot. Like the spindle has no shine. The axle's discolored. Like it was cooked.
Yeah.
So we get in there. They're super good guys.
Yeah.
We
Well,
take
you want to
their
talk about
rental-
two dudes who like, oh Jesus! Like you walk there, we spun spun a bearing. We need to. Where do you have trailer or stuff? And these two dudes were like, I barely know what you're talking about, but just whatever you need, just have at
And I was
it.
like, we spun a bearing.
Yeah.
I got to do some work. We get it on up. We get wheel off. We get hub off. We can't figure out what size bearing because I was just gonna pound on new bearings and just limp and be done with it.
Well, they had the whole
Hub, the whole
hub
hub.
bearing, the whole
Like-
9 yards.
Yeah.
And so that was like
I was like,
plan
let's
one.
throw a whole nother one on.
Yeah.
We're done. Then that doesn't fit. Like, oh my God, what size is this?
First of all, we had to pound off with.
Yeah.
So we have like tools that you can get from AutoZone. Like that's the other
They
thing.
let us open packages and like, we'll make these rental tools
Yeah.
now.
Really?
Yeah.
Like they had a pry
look
bar
like
that
that.
they
That's
took off the
They're like,
shelf.
you take this pry bar. If you don't screw it up, we'll use it as a rental
Yeah,
tool.
don't
if you
mess it up too
destroy
bad.
it, you have to pay for it. Like, we don't have a
Deal.
choice.
They were just ready to help.
But just like, what do you
So
have
ready
here?
to help.
They just
So
brought
ready.
us a
They're
toolbox.
like, here's tools people use. A toolbox full of tools.
like random ass screwdrivers, like a
dead blow.
a dead blow, and a socket set that had like either the smallest socket or a socket that would take the fucking lug nut off of a
power
goddamn
pole.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
one of
just
those
some giant thing, nothing in between.
So we pull the wheel off, pull the hub off, and the bearing races are welded to it. So I have to break those off with a flathead screwdriver and a dead blow. We kind of try to polish the spindle some, and we grab a hub, and they're like, we don't know if this is going to fit. They're like, just
just open it up.
Go try it out. Doesn't fit. Shit. So we grab 4 sets of bearings. No bearings fit.
But it would have fit.
And
It
so,
was just.
so,
it was
nope.
Yep.
So and this is 2 hours in. It took 2 hours to get this far because we were working with a half-ass set of tools. Everything's destroyed.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we'll pop up the other side. We'll pull up the other side. I pull the hub off, pull everything off because I was like, they have to be the same size. Once we pull that off, I'm like, cool. That spindle's not the same spindle. So that means somebody's welding on a new spindle because they've already cooked one off.
Yeah.
So this is not the first time it's
No.
been through this.
Which is, I mean, it happens.
You want to talk about lessons learned?
Yeah. So it whatever, it happens. So I'm like, okay, 1 1/16, it has to match. So we get that hub over there. It kind of matches. And we decide, it's warped. It's cooked. It's gotten so hot, it's warped it. All right. I was like, we're gonna go get 1/16 bearings. We're gonna make sure these races are good. In the hubs, the actual bearing races in the hubs were pretty okay.
Yeah, I think the hub would have been fine.
Not for permanent.
No, probably not. Yeah.
No. Are you kidding? It was a different color.
And this is what the entire day, afternoon was in the AutoZone parking lot. Where I was just like,
He's like,
This is
"Oh,
all right."
I'm
well,
like,
it's a nice
do you
day,
know
isn't
what we're
it?"
doing? And so
It's really nice out here, man. It's not too bad, not too hot. It was so hot and so humid. I was just
So-
trying to be positive, Nancy.
So we go get some 1 1/16 bearings, put them in the hub, we get a thing of grease, and just pack it, and then beat new bearings onto the spindle like,
Well,
with a
first
dead
of all,
blow.
we called our bearded friend. It was like,
Jordan.
how bad is it that we have to
I said it's spindle's warped.
physically pound them on with a hammer to even
it's
get
not
them
good.
on? He's like,
And he said it's not good. I said I know it's not good, but and he said, what's your opinion as an actual professional?
Yeah.
And he said, pack that shit full of grease and cross your fingers.
High
I
tip
said, we
and
honestly
limp in.
got like 40 miles is all.
yeah,
Yeah.
If we can make it 40 miles, it's a whole new world.
yeah,
All right, we buy bearings. We buy
a
some
slightly
shit,
better world.
and like dead blow these things on. Beat them on. It doesn't spin free, but it spins. It's not super gritty. Spare tires low.
Feel like it was definitely better than just riding on the
No, we
the
couldn't
hub.
have made
Yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
we wouldn't have like.
There would have been
We would have
disaster.
slept at AutoZone till
Yeah.
the next morning.
Yeah.
So
It would have been
4
bad.
hours at AutoZone, we get a hub beat back on with new bearings. We limp into Conroe.
We were supposed to be at a brewery drinking beer, and nope.
So we were supposed to be there at 6:37. We got there at 11.
Yeah.
So we got the boat park. We drink a beer. We get the hotel. We're gonna figure this out in the morning. Then there's
rinse
the
and
Uber.
repeat. Oh God.
So we're like, all right, we're gonna go Buffalo Wild Wings, which is my guilty pleasure when I'm in Conroe. It's right up the road from where I usually stay.
It's never bad.
It's never bad. So we're like, let's
Steady
go to
Eddie.
Buffalo Wild Wings. It's late. They're open. We can pound a couple beers. We both showered. Like, hey, we're going to hit the reset button.
Yeah.
And tomorrow morning, we're going to fix this. Call an Uber. It's a $3 Uber. Like, perfect.
Yeah.
Like, 100% worth $6 round trip, so we can drink and not even worry about this, because the last thing we need to deal with right now is the police.
Yeah. There's
So,
a police station
legitimately
across the street
across
from the
street.
hotel.
So, cool. We get an Uber. Guy picks us up. Nice little BMW 3 Series something. M3 maybe.
it was an M3. Yeah.
It was an M3.
Because you're like,
And
holy
I'm-
shit,
I'm
we're
like,
getting picked
oh,
up in an
fuck.
M3. Uber X, baby.
Yeah, I was like, let's do this.
I got picked up in a just Uber X
a
story.
Tesla?
I got picked up in a truck. Like
I
a
did too.
nice GMC truck.
I have too in a truck.
It's got to be a truck for your ex. You got to get paid.
When
more.
I went to Glory's, couple months
We had a
ago.
giant Jeep pick us up for not.
We did have a giant, yeah.
That's neither here nor
We
there.
did have some cool Uber rides
We
that night.
did.
Yeah.
And I like to preface this whole weekend of nightmare. Everybody we actually dealt with was super
pleasant.
super
Couldn't be
pleasant. It
nicer.
was helpful and friendly. Like that part was refreshing.
May not have been the smartest,
No.
but
So the Uber driver picks us up at the hotel, right across the street. It's the Hampton Inn and Con Road on Stone River,
Yeah.
something. So right across the street, there's a Chili's and a Texas Roadhouse. He pulls in
which
the
was
Texas,
my original, like, damn, that'd be nice if we could go there.
but they were closed because
were
we said
closed.
like we'll walk across the street and get drunk.
Yeah.
So he pulls in the Texas Roadhouse parking
I just
lot, and I was
want
like,
peanuts.
"Oh, I thought this was supposed to lead out to the access road, which I stay there weekly almost." So I knew it didn't. Not
Whatever.
my problem. I don't care right now.
This is-
I've already dealt with enough today.
All fucks have been given.
Yeah, they're done. 0 of them. He pulls in. Oh, it didn't lead out. Nah, okay, no big deal. Drives a U-turn around that. Pulls in the next parking lot, which is Chili's. I bet this leads out. And I said, Dave was like, it doesn't. This does not lead out.
Let me take the
to
wheel.
Oh, I really thought this one lead out. Like, oh, no problem. So he
And
finds
like
the main
it's-
road. Yeah, here's the exit. I'm like, oh, magic. It's magic.
Most importantly, he was trying to show us on the GPS. He's like, see, it's telling me the wrong way. And I'm like, clearly
It's a
it is-
restaurant.
Clearly
There's a tree
it is
between you and the access
meaning
road.
the next street
Yeah.
up, which is
It was
50
mind-blowing.
yards over there. I don't know. I'm not a professional driver, but
So he gets on the access road, and it's an M3, so it's got some jump. Floors it.
I mean,
Legitimately.
He wants
and
to give you a story.
I've had sport bikes. I've ridden in fast cars. This dude hammers it.
we're talking, and just all of a sudden we're like,
Is he frustrated, or he's just like, I'm
And
going
we're
to show
going,
these
no,
guys
we're
a good
going
time.
3/4 of a mile.
and he was like,
And
oh,
I'm gonna
sorry,
make up
man,
this time.
sorry,
Like,
man. And we're
it
like,
says
dude,
1
dude.
minute until we get there. What time are you gonna make up? He does 90 something down the access road.
Legitimately
I'm doing
hit
90.
90.
Like, haha. Oh,
Oh,
you are
You hit 90.
on the access road.
Hold on, boys. We're gonna make this time up.
And then he starts telling us about these roads in Houston really beat my car up because they're so out of shape. I'm like, what are you doing 90 on the
What are you doing
access
90?
road? Like,
Well, we also got in the car and we're like, hey man, so how's your night been? Been pretty good? Anything going on in the city? Yeah, man. You guys know Pride weekends going on. And we're like, what the fuck does that mean?
How do you know?
guys I was like, what the
you,
fuck
you
does
guys
that
know
mean?
this.
So yeah, so that was, and then Floor's at
whatever.
90, and he's like, oh, we're already here. Like,
Yeah, you were just showing us the GPS, so I guess you stopped watching that. That's cool.
shocking that this just came out of
Yeah,
nowhere. for you.
magic. So, I mean, pretty uneventful. We get there, we drink a couple beers, have some wings, go back to the hotel, we sleep.
Listen to a fat dude talk about how chicks just love
I mean,
to
400-pound fat dude telling all his buddies, like, I can't keep chicks off me.
And-
like, about his
and most
sister
importantly-
and all these other people,
Yeah.
like, oh, they're so into me.
like his
I mean,
girlfriends, sisters,
Yeah.
friends, cousins, all were like hitting on him in the middle of the night. Like at one point during the night, like all 4 of these girls who are related and in a very close knit with each other were trying to fuck the 400-pound man.
He was very vocal about this.
You got to do it for the
That's
story.
Like we're
like
just sitting at the other end of the
Yeah,
bar,
like,
and we're just
and
like,
he's 6 bar stools down and surrounded by dudes, so he's playing the
and
yeah.
and if
bro.
And
card.
there's one of the dudes who's just like, oh man, I bet you were, man, I bet you were. And it's just like, are you kidding me? Is this going
this
on
real
right now?
life?
We're just like looking at each other, and the bartender was like wrapped up in it as well.
And he was just as much
like,
of a douche.
oh man,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
man.
And he kept telling us,
Yeah.
I've been here for like 9 years. Like, I'll just have a Michelob Ultra. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
They've made that for 9 years. Can I have a beer?
Can I have a beer? I'll take an ultra.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Whoa.
And
So
then we went home.
Wow.
went home, laying in bed. I'm Googling my face off about trailer parts. So before we get to sleep, I found a new axle and new hubs
Nice.
a quarter mile away.
Wow. How convenient.
Northern Tool.
Northern Tool, man.
New axle, new hubs, U-bolt kits. So I was like, next morning I was like, all right, we're doing this. I already texted Dave. We need some tools. We buy a couple tools. Hit Walmart, like Lowe's, Northern Tool, Harbor Freight, and we get at
we
it.
got lost. We pulled the Uber guy because we pulled out of the Walmart parking lot. Like, all right, let's go to Lowe's because it's right down the street. Went down and we were like, Out of nowhere, we're like, oh shit, that's the turn for Lowe's. Had to go down, back around, ended up in the Walmart parking lot,
And we see Lowe's in the same
which
parking lot.
Lowe's exists in.
So
We were
we-
like,
Oh, full on retarded.
oh my god. We were like, what
We
the
got
fuck?
out of Walmart parking lot to go to Lowe's and missed Lowe's, but it was 300 yards from us already.
Had we just
Open your
looked
eyes.
up, just looked up.
So we spent all morning do a full axle swap. We were gonna do leaf springs, couldn't find leaf springs. Axle,
3 trips to Northern Tool.
3 trips and 2 returns. We sawzalled off a bunch of parts. Axle
Perfect.
hangers didn't match this, that. Just half a nightmare. But at the end of the day, brand new axle, brand new hubs, 100% comfortable driving this thing back.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then we jump in the truck, go back to the hotel, shower, check out, head to Spring, an hour out. Do a full draw film
Full
festival,
draw was the shit,
which
man.
was super
Had
fun.
And then we got
Super
back
cool
home.
videos. Get back to the Conroe, hook up, drag that thing back home. Axles are good to go. I did leaf springs 2 days ago. Dude, new rims,
Dude,
new
it was
tires. Like the whole thing's at 100% underneath.
Man,
There's-
what were you saying? You said something about discount. You could do more.
So this was what was weird. They're 13-inch rims, I guess it is. Googling tires. Found a bunch of random stuff. Called discount, call all around. To go to discount and get 2 new tires thrown on, which I assumed would be my best bet, was $170. On Amazon, I found two tires on 2 new rims, which I feel like was a good decision, for $110 delivered. And they got here in 3 days.
Yeah.
So we went with brand new everything. So everything off that trailer frame below,
Is brand new.
100% brand new.
Yeah.
Leaf springs, axle, which has Zerk fittings on the tips of the spindles so you can repack your bearings from the outside. So packing full of marine grease. New hubs, new rims, new tires. We're 100%. New U-bolts.
Yeah.
So now all good to go.
That's awesome.
She's fresh. We're gonna
No,
drag her to
she's
West
asleep.
Texas this weekend to scout for mule deer in it.
Oh man, there you go.
Yeah, so it's good. We're good.
Rape! Sorry. One of us,
All I know
one
is
of
I
us
got
asleep.
the first phone call I got was whenever y'all picked up the boat, and you were like, "Yeah, we got the boat.
We
We're
didn't
boat
tell you
owners."
the full truth a couple times.
That's fine. It's fine. I knew you wouldn't.
We wanted
Hey.
to inspect the damage
Yeah,
first and
we
foremost.
wanted
We're just
to
like,
have a plan.
It's going great!
No, but when you first got it, you were super excited. I'm like, yeah, it's great. And then after you replaced every single part and like wouldn't answer my phone calls because I knew you were busy, and then I was like, now we are boat owners.
No, we didn't even tell
Now
you.
we
were
are.
staying in the AutoZone parking lot. We still had no plan on how to leave AutoZone. With the first time, you're like, "Hey, are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, had a little tire issue.
We're going to be fine.
Yeah, no big deal. We're stopping
We're
at
gonna
AutoZone,
get through
grab a couple
this."
things."
But
and
whenever
you're
you
like,
said you
"Okay."
fixed the axle and the hubs and
And
the
then
U-bolt, I
after-
was like, this is bad, and now we actually own a boat.
No, and then afterward we called you and it's like, so here's what really happened. 'Cause
it
I
was
didn't want
bad.
I didn't want you to worry that like, oh my God, what have they gotten
They're
into?
driving
Because
us
I was
away.
going to handle this, which we did.
Yeah. 100%.
Right.
But I knew
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh my God, oh my God. So it's like, yeah, it's a little tire issue. Nothing to see here. How are you?
Yeah, how
And
are
we
you?
have no wheels.
Yeah. We
Like
traded
it-
a little meth. We got a
Sparks
little
are
meth
flying.
for the boat. But
There
we
was.
turned-
I'll tell you what. If you spend any time in an AutoZone parking lot, we could have easily gotten some meth.
That's what I'm saying. Meth
Real
sandwich.
easy.
Dude.
Meth
45?
sandwich for two.
Especially,
Got it.
you know, in southeast-ish Texas.
Yeah.
Huntsville-ish.
Yeah.
Dude, those
Oh,
people
yeah.
who pulled up in that little white, like,
We were trying to
68
fix things in collared shirts.
It's
So, like,
always
you
in
guys do whatever you want.
Yeah. They were
Like,
like,
we were just taking things. We we honestly took jack stands,
They trusted
took bearing
you.
kits, and we came back and was like, "Can you scan all this? Like, what do you mean? Like, we've used it all, so we have to pay for it." Like, oh, okay,
Okay, cool.
Like, we'd already
Oh,
like
sure.
unboxed it and used it.
yeah.
I didn't know that was a
And they're
thing.
like, yeah, cool,
They're like-
whatever you guys want.
So, like, they at,
Couple city
at,
slickers.
at first they were like, well, why don't you go see and then come back in and then you can pay for it. And then one of them walked out and was like, yeah, you guys just whatever you need, do whatever you need. You're clearly not fucking going
I
anywhere.
just backed in a bunch and with the trailers up.
We had the back. We had like
The whole
literally
back of
blocked
AutoZone.
the back of AutoZone There was
So I
nobody
was
was
like,
getting
nah.
past. I mean, there were not more than 4 cars in the parking
Ever.
lot
It's AutoZone.
one time. You know,
You are AutoZone.
there are like people go and hang out at AutoZone like that. There was an old guy that was in there. He just hanging out.
Really?
Like he was in there for like 45 minutes,
Just looking
My
at
brain
stuff.
was
just
not
looking at
concerned
shit.
with
Just
just
looking.
looking at shit.
AutoZone.
AutoZone.
So before we move forward in our story
Get
here,
in the zone.
Yeah.
AutoZone. I think Napa has a better song, but
Anywho.
Agreed.
yeah.
So
Napa
that was
know
retrieving
how.
the boat.
So as far as a lesson learned,
If you're going south on 45, AutoZone in Huntsville.
Is that the
Stand-up
lesson?
dudes.
Treat you
stands
right.
and dudes.
I mean, because we tried to call back the next day and just, everybody seemed weird that we were calling.
Yeah, they were like,
What?
"You mean Dwayne? He's a moron."
And
Like,
because it's just,
no, he was
being in
good.
service industry and sales and whatever, no one ever calls to say anything but, like, your people are an
Complaints,
idiot,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
screwed up. So we tried to call and be like, hey, we were in a super bind and y'all took care of us.
Oh,
So-
that's nice.
And they were like,
Okay.
"Cool."
Great.
Did you do a Google review?
No.
Oh.
There's a limit to our hospitality.
Yeah, that's...
Something tells me if you're in deep I-45 and you have that AutoZone, you don't care if they got 2 or 10 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going there.
We
Stop.
were like,
You're going
You're
there.
open. So as far as like, if you're gonna go look for a boat, you'll never not look at hubs again, will you?
Oh my god.
Because I feel like if we had been like, if it
If I would
was,
have popped dust caps off and just be like, there's no grease in there.
oh, no doubt.
Because that's what happened. There's zero grease. It's a boat trailer.
Yeah.
It's washed out. I mean, it's
It's a boat
it's
trailer
no,
that's
it's
sat
no
around.
blame to the
Yeah.
owner.
No,
I never
no,
felt
no,
like
no,
I should
no.
call them and be like, hey,
What the hell?
you screwed me. Like,
Yeah.
it's
I
a
think
boat
we also
trailer.
got excited because of the price. Because we talked our way down.
I wouldn't
Like,
have
yeah.
even checked in the first place.
Yeah.
That's not
No.
something.
Even if it was, yeah. I mean,
You think boat, not
you're
trailer.
like, cool. Like, yeah, we got it.
Plus, I mean, the
I was
boat-
worried about the boat motor, and that thing went.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like, awesome.
that's the thing. The boat is
The trailer is like, oh,
awesome.
the trailer weighs 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on the title, it's a 300-pound trailer. It's got wheels. Like, oh, air's in the tire. We're rolling.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Done.
Yeah.
We learned a lot about trailers.
Inspect.
We
the
have
hubs.
a super new axle.
Yeah.
Has nice Zerk fittings. It's packed full of grease right now.
Yeah.
This weekend I'm gonna fill it up again with
Yeah.
marine grease.
Done.
We're never gonna have this issue again.
No.
But we've learned.
Yeah.
But
That's
boy,
awesome.
you want to talk about people who thought the fucking joke, "Welcome to be a boat owner. Welcome to be a boat owner." no.
Oh, you said it to me 100
I
times.
did.
I also said it to us.
It's too good, but I feel like
Still, I mean, okay. Axle, hubs, leaf springs, galvanized hanger bolts, and some elbow grease.
It wasn't bad.
$300.
Yeah.
hot tip: go to fucking Lowe's and get a hot galvanized leaf spring bolts there.
Because they were set for half inch bolts. They're galvanized bolts, so they don't rust.
Mm-hmm.
They're from Lowe's. We were looking at
Man.
these ones at Northern Tool. They were leaf spring hanger bolts. They were 9/16,
Yeah.
and they were $5 a bolt. And I was like, "Do you have any other?"
They were
sizes? These
9/16 on one side.
Yo, no.
Dang.
The diameter of the bolt shaft was 9/16. The head of the bolt was 3/4.
20,
The
yeah.
nut was like 21 millimeter.
What is going on?
I threw
It
a
was-
fit in the middle of
oh my
Northern
God.
Tool. I had a meltdown because I couldn't do it.
Austin-
like after everything else,
Austin
like,
was
"Are
calm,
you
cool, and
kidding
collected
me?"
until the hanger bolts were in 2 different sizes, and I'm trying it on. I'm like, I'm pretty sure. I think these.
Oh, I had a
these are 2
meltdown in
different
Northern
sizes.
Tool. And
He's
the
like,
manager
"What?"
and everybody knew us. This is our 3rd trip there, so everybody's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, these greasy people."
Yep.
Grease balls.
I mean, did a full axle swap in basketball shorts and flip flops because I didn't bring like working on
Yeah.
car tool
Right.
clothes.
But what's beautiful is the way you're
Swirling on a glass
sashaying
of.
that glass of wine right now.
He's a
I drank
classy
a bottle of
bitch.
I wish
Sangiovese while we did this podcast.
It's just
While
beautiful.
talking about an axle replacement, I'm a dichotomy of a male.
It's beautiful. I love it.
His mind is an enigma. Yeah, bring your sawzall.
Yeah,
We're gonna get
all
a boat.
while waiting. We still had to be at full draw, which we absolutely could have been at full draw
3
3 hours later.
Man.
But I still need to figure out Techno Hunt here. There's got to be a place to play Techno Hunt.
There's not.
There's got to be.
There's not.
There's no place in Dallas to play Techno
No.
Hunt.
But let's stay on course.
There's
What are
no
we
place
talking
to
about?
play in Dallas.
No,
there's
not.
no place in
No.
Dallas that has Techno Hunt. Changed my mind.
There's not. There's not. So we get the boat back to Dallas. Super excited. We say we're going to run the boat like that night. No way.
It was way
A,
too
it's going to
late.
storm.
Yeah.
B, we're beyond exhausted. Because Abe and I played the longest game of shuffleboard man has ever known.
Terrible.
We played to 100.
Wow.
I don't know
Which
how you did that.
takes forever.
We don't know how long it took. Because we had a legitimate round top
Yeah.
table full of whiskey glasses.
Yeah. It was
That-
not
no one
good.
busted. Like legit, like that's no lie.
I don't know if there is Techno Hunt around here.
No
You
lie.
may be right.
Great weekend.
Oh, it's in Louisiana?
Got a boat. Now we own a boat. We've taken it out last weekend. We finally got on the water. Saturday
Yeah,
morning,
Tracy.
Sunday morning.
And it was great.
Got it all cleaned up, organized. Saturday morning. You get off your phone, Abe.
I'm trying to find Techno
It's
Hunt.
not here.
It's not here. Give it
We
up.
can worry about that later.
We need
Move
to go-
on.
We're going to have to
So,
go back to Texas Archery.
Let's
then.
all talk about Saturday morning maiden
I
voyage.
think
We were ready.
Tracy, and I think this is where the girls
Okay, the
step
girls.
in.
Saturday morning, we launched what has become the SS Gribble.
So
My
it
favorite
was
name, by the way.
Austin,
it's-
Abe, Tracy, Jordan, and I,
And Max.
and Max.
Aw, Bubba
Max
Boo
doesn't care
Boo.
either way.
Bubba Boo. The sweetest little bumbo.
All out on this boat.
Yeah.
That's why he's ruined.
Let's just set it up. And
Yeah.
We're ready. We get there.
Right.
We wake up
Right.
at what time do we wake up?
That doesn't matter.
Like
I had
5:30.
to wait.
No,
Listen,
not
I had
that
to wake up
5:30.
before 6 a.m.
That
to be
didn't
ready. To be.
That did
Here's
not
what I
happen.
was told. The prep was.
We're not worried about wake up times. Let's talk about the
No,
story.
she
This is
said
all-
We all,
that.
meet at the, we all
Listen.
get the boat ramp at 8:30.
You want
No,
our story? We're
this
gonna
is-
give you
the
our
reality.
story.
First of all, what she's telling you is a hot tip for any guy who's married
Yeah,
out there.
this
Oh,
is
a
what
touche.
happens.
I
'Cause you gotta
apologize,
remember,
everyone.
yeah, drink
I was
another
like-
beer. Let's go.
I am not
My
a
bottle of wine's
hunter
gone.
fisherwoman, but I support it wholeheartedly. So my perspective is, my husband knows to tell me and lie to me about when I need to wake up, and we have a fight about it because even when he's saying, I know, and I know clearly when he's like, we have to meet at 8, he means we're gonna meet at 8:30 or 9. But I'm like, okay, 8. But then we fight about it later. But as long as I can get like some taquitos on the way, I'm probably going to be good.
Compromise.
Right. But anyway, early morning, you wake up, what, like 6 o'clock, so
Yeah,
you
it's
can
about
get
right.
on the road by 7 to get there by 8, let's say, because we're going, it's an
hour
hour
away.
drive at least, right? I'm going to tell you what, though, serene, cool. It's a bonding experience. Like, I love this shit because it's like when I do commit to it, it's like a good thing, right? Because I don't do it all the time because I'm like, I like your shit. You do your thing. You get out and do
You're
all
a
that.
lot more friendly than I am in the morning.
Yeah, but this was fun. I'm like, oh, we're excited about their new boat. It's fun. We love it, you know.
She did mention the fight, right?
Yeah.
There'll be
It
a
was a
fight.
serene
Oh,
fight.
Yeah.
It was a
And
serene
it's
fight.
serene fight.
Oh, by the time we got out of Dallas, it was over. Well, by the time we live in Rockwall, by the time we were to Heath, the fight was done.
Well,
so
there was a
I
fight.
think that's a pretty good
and that
fight.
You try to
you know,
insult
if
my
anybody knows
intelligence
30.
that I know that you lied to me about what time we had to be there. That's the fight. It's like, how many years do we have to be together before you
And most
think-
importantly, then I was fucked because Austin was like, "Yeah, we're about 45 minutes
Yeah.
behind you."
Yes, we had to wait.
But best,
Yeah, because someone
Shit.
decides after we have a schedule, I need McDonald's.
you know
I
what?
didn't.
See,
Cheers.
So,
How long was the drive-through line at McDonald's?
Listen,
No,
no,
that's
it
how
wasn't.
it's
We
Walmart.
walked in, and
was
we
at a
said
Walmart.
hour and a half drive, and we had to be like off the boat ramp till 9 o'clock. So we were
no.
ahead of time.
No. No.
that is
False.
Life 101.
False.
Off the boat ramp by 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock was never discussed.
All I know
Is
is
this a marriage podcast or is this about hunting? Can we
Listen.
move on?
Ladies, continue.
Can we move on?
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
yeah.
all I know is
Start your story at the boat ramp now.
Let's
Yeah,
just
I
move
mean,
on. Move
I
on.
just want to thank you, though, real quick before the boat ramp. I want to give a shout out to Austin and Lauren for saving our marriage because your lies helped our life, and we continued as we always do. Because
And there we go.
yeah, it
We
was
move
it was
on
okay
together.
because I was right when it all ended up. I was right, and you think
Of course.
why
We're
would
both
it?
right,
and
always.
life
Of
is
course.
better if that's the situation.
You're right. Life is
Absolutely.
better
So we
if
get
you're
to the
right.
boat ramp.
We
Absolutely.
vote for the vagina. If you wanted to,
Oh my God, Tracy.
I had to say it, but it's a truth. It's truth, right?
So we get to the boat ramp.
Okay.
We're all there. I don't know what time it is. We get to the boat ramp.
Vagina wins, always.
Oh,
okay,
no,
we
know.
get there, and I'm only giving my perspective because I'm the non-hunter, non-fisher, but supportive of all of it.
Right.
Lauren's,
Kill it
Lauren's
all.
the fair weather of both.
I want you to kill it and bring
Yeah.
it home to me. That's my life. I get it. I get the circle of life. I've heard it over and over. Every time I have to see a bear scream and die, I have to hear the story from Abe of why we need to do it.
How many times have you seen a bear
Every time
Scream.
scream and die?
A moose. Is moose plural? Can you use it as singular?
I think it's
Meese?
moosin'.
Moosin'. Okay, when the
Moosin'?
moose
I like moosin'.
I like moosin'.
or I have to watch the bear, and
Official.
I always say, Abe, tell me again why I should be okay with this. Okay, we're good. Okay, but
Boat
anyway,
ramp.
cut to the boat ramp. Cut to us approaching.
If you say faster, it sounds like butt
Sunscreen
plug.
is being applied at this
Boat
point.
ramp.
I
Abe.
literally squatted. I just want to share this because I'm not.
Boat
We
ramp.
don't need to.
But I'm not outdoorsy, and I peed it right next to the tire by the truck.
In the parking lot.
Right. And Lauren walked all the way to this snake area in the woods, and I'm like, oh my
Snake
God.
area.
I'm like, she's going to
It's the
get
best podcast
attacked.
I'm not sure she wanted to share that.
something's going to clamp onto her thigh, but I peed by our tire, and I'm safe. So this is the thing. You're supporting your friends, right? Because we're all excited because we're like,
we got a boat.
No, it's a boat. And we're so
Yeah.
excited, and we bought our champagne that they gave us,
It's a
actually.
four-wheeler
So we had all
boat.
this leftover champagne that Lauren and I got to
fine.
admit,
That's
like,
what we've decided.
freaking.
It's a four-wheeler.
We bring champagne so we can make mimosas with some orange juice. We're all like hugging and like, hey, what's up? This is it's serene too.
I'm
'cause
not hugging. I'm trying to get everybody on the boat.
it's early morning, very exciting.
I'm wearing socks with Crocs.
We're going
Gross.
into
It was
swampy.
gross. I was putting on a pair of waders
What is
eventually
the
because we had a.
adjective here? Is it a swampy area, right? Like perfection for duck hunting, right? And we're getting in the boat. We're all
mossy.
excited about their boat because it's like, oh shit, we got a boat. This is so cool. It's like we joke like because we don't have kids. We're like, this is like your kid. His. I hate to say it, but we didn't even. I mean, is this going to be heard by
Yeah, don't.
everybody?
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
Anybody who's
Just-
I won't
Whatever.
say it.
Move
then.
on, move on,
Never
move on,
mind,
move
never
on.
mind what I was going to say. But either way, we're excited about their boat, and we get there early, and we get on the boat, and seconds. Let's count this down. In
Listen,
my
we get off the ramp.
and we get off the ramp.
We turn around.
We turn around.
Essentially.
We're
We-
ready to get out onto the open
And just
water.
to set it up, like, we're in an area where it's going to take some maneuvering to get out to open water,
Not
but
right?
not that
Not really.
maneuvering.
But not much, huh?
Not much.
It's pretty open.
pretty
It's pretty open.
Pretty open.
There's going to be trees eventually.
I appreciate you giving
I know.
the person who's responsible for this next part
But I would like
some grace
I
and
would
some
like-
dignity,
no.
but
No, just hammer this shit home.
In the
most importantly, it wasn't his first time
we,
there.
we
which,
sit down.
unless it's
cruising
not
out.
one of my
Kayaks
responses
multiple
there.
times.
I've never driven
my
a boat.
world-
We know how to get out there.
I feel like it
Much
was.
less Attila Drive.
Does everyone here agree that within 10 seconds it went from
30.
Oh,
I was like petting the dog.
yeah, petting the dog. We're relaxed.
I'm on the front of the
Next
boat.
thing you
Yeah,
know,
he said at the bow.
next thing you know,
Is that the bow
I
or the
hear
stern?
turn like Jesus Christ. And so here's what I would like to say, and I'll let anyone interject. Let me just add this as the non-hunter, non-fisherman, like non-fisherwoman. I'm gonna resign to. Okay,
This is all true, actually.
this is all true.
100%
I will
Brandon.
never do it justice, but it was very relaxing. And then all of a sudden, I hear a turn, the scream, and then in my mind, it's like if any of you have been flying and you are you're in a plane, and as soon as there's turbulence, you're okay, right? You think like I don't want to get too upset. Then you see a effing flight attendant strapped down and not even make eye contact with you.
When
you
the
know
flight
you're going
attendant
down.
freaks out, you're
you
like,
know you're going
"Shit."
down. You know it's
We're all
over.
dying here.
Well, I looked to Lauren, my hunter fisherwoman buddy, and my husband, and you know what I saw? I saw
Fear.
fear and screaming. I heard, "What are you doing? Where are we going?" And I didn't even think I was speaking. I think I made noises.
No,
from
you
what
screamed.
I
Put it in
was-
reverse.
I wanted him to put it in reverse because I thought it was a regular boat. And we were flying into a tree.
Flying.
Flying into a tree full speed. And in my mind, my compassionate side kicked in with,
I
their
get
boat's
it.
going to be
Yes, me is
destroyed.
like, we're going really fast. There's nothing to do about this, so we're gonna hit this tree. And I had made peace with it. very quickly.
And in my mind, I'm like, oh, their poor boat. Then it hit me. I'm like, this is like a tank. Then I thought my husband's going to die because he's on the front, by the way, in that deck part. I thought we're going to drive over
The only
him.
reason I screamed, "What are you doing?" Because I was like, "Why do you
it
think
didn't
you're?
stop.
Why are you going this way? Why do
Yeah.
you think this is the way that it's
You're
out?"
going right
So-
when you should go left.
So
And it
here's the deal. It's like
continued.
we got off. Abe said
Like, we
right.
know
I was
how to
like,
get
there's
out
kind of
there.
a channel, and we're going to. As I've said, which I didn't really bother to tell anybody, I've never actually ever driven any boat.
Clearly.
Much less a
Clearly.
much less a tiller drive. But I've only never driven a boat because I've never cared. Because to me, it's a steering wheel. And this
Which
is
it wasn't.
Blip, blip.
So this is a tiller drive. I'm like, I can figure this out. You just, I mean, when you're going, if you want to stop, you kind of just pop the thing out of the water and you wiggle it around.
Okay. Can I give it real
It
quick?
is that simple, but it's not that
Real
simple.
quick translation to what you were thinking in your head
We
and what
went
happened.
straight toward a giant
Right,
tree.
thank you.
We slammed into this tree, and I thought we were still supposed to go right.
No.
And so I went right,
No.
and everybody keeps screaming as we hit like 4 more trees.
So,
Oh my
by the
God.
way,
we hit the first tree, and I'm like, oh, God, okay, we hit
It
a
was
tree. It's fine.
It was a 12 to 18
Tree,
inch
not
diameter
twig.
tree.
Like,
Perfect.
Abe
Oh.
almost died, but
Bang.
he didn't die. And I'm like, okay, well, we hit that tree. It's
Brayden,
fine.
I had
Let's
to
turn it
think.
around.
I was like, "Oh my god!" I had to think
Yeah.
like. I reached out instinctively and was like, "Nope, I'm gonna cut my hands off."
yeah,
Yep.
right.
Like,
No,
we're
no.
going to
Smart.
hit this. There's no
And I
stopping
swear
it.
to
I know
God,
they did too,
after
it's
we
like,
hit the
right.
first
Yeah.
tree, it sped up and got
He
faster.
accelerated.
Like,
That's
accelerated.
That's what I was going to say.
And
That's
I'm
the
just
worst
like,
part.
Wait.
We're going into. It's like if somebody turned
Forest.
right
Wait, can I make a
and then tried to go through this
No.
wall, hit the wall,
Yeah.
and then decided to try to go faster into the wall.
That was the problem. Is we hit the first tree and then we're like turn, and then Abe's like looking around. I'm looking back at him. We're like turn, like go the other way. And then all of a sudden, I swear the motor got faster.
It did.
And we
It did.
went into 5 more trees.
You
and
are
I'm like,
correct.
But these
oh
are
my
small
God, my
trees,
husband's
and we
having a
ran-
stroke.
Yep, stroke.
Like he's dying.
Oh, they were
Why is
thin
he
enough,
still
you just went
going?
over?
Oh, we broke them off.
Oh, sure.
Oh my God! Like
You
Oh.
weren't
him
imagining it.
crashing.
100%.
And that's when I started yelling.
We
No,
broke
no,
them
you're
off.
Not
right.
okay.
They are still laying horizontal.
Oh,
yeah,
my
it's
God.
bad.
She's not joking about a stroke and acceleration. It happened
I
because
swear it happened.
we
I
thought
swear
it
There
was-
was no doubt.
it was either stroke or he's a sociopath and
3
it's
people
the
were
switch
yelling.
went off.
3 people. Let's be honest. 3 people were yelling at him.
And Jordan saying, "You're good."
Jordan was just like, "You're fine."
Well, listen, they're in the back of the boat. They're
If-
not getting hit
I
by the
swear
trees.
to God, if you have to
We
have
had, like,
somebody
branches in
in
our
your foxhole
ears.
with you who is gonna stay calm and collected,
Jordan's
it's
our best.
Jordan.
Yeah.
We
Jordan
like to rev-
shows-
Me and Jordan have been through some shit together.
Yeah.
She was like, "You got this. We're good."
Jordan's the
I was like,
most.
lived
He's
through the
so
other
calm.
stuff.
Yeah,
Jordan
like-
didn't even react. He's
good.
like,
Graydon's.
I'm
And I felt the
good.
same way. Like after he
Hey,
said that, I
take
was
the
like,
motor out of the
We're
water.
good.
All I know
We're
is our
good.
Vietnam. We all went through it together.
Yeah.
We made it through. I don't
right.
know.
It was funny.
And then the
my
little,
God.
the
30
last.
seconds off
But
the
then
boat ramp.
after everything calmed down, Tracy
It
turned
only
around and she
go
goes,
up from here.
"Why did you put it in reverse?"
Oh, it's a
Like
sad
screaming, and
story.
he's like,
And then-
"There is no reverse."
There's no
There's
reverse.
Like a
nothing
dog
that
who's
way
been
out.
shown a card trick when she's like, when we're like, "There's no reverse," and she was like,
What?
"Huh?
Wow.
How is there no reverse on this boat?"
Wow.
Oh, and we had a 18-foot
Why isn't there?
push pole.
Yeah.
It's a 15-footer.
Snapped
now.
it.
Snapped that shit
Yeah.
right off.
Like we hit hard
Yeah.
Bing!
right off
then-
the boat ramp.
I love like when we get out to where we can make it out to like not open yet.
So
but-
then it
So
just
now
it's
it's
a creek
like-
channel that
yes.
splits down 2
Yeah.
ways.
and we might as well be holding hands and saying prayers all the
Oh
way fucking out for like it probably
Tracy's like, "Let me get out. I'm gonna swim
it
back."
probably felt like 2 hours, but it was probably like 10 minutes. Not even. It was probably like 5 minutes, right? Of making it out to open water. And I would look at
If
this
that.
is how you know you've bonded. in
30
life.
seconds.
This is how you know you've been through war.
amazing.
This person, Lauren took a body for me. She
Whatever.
fucking would look at me. I didn't even have to say a word. I'd be looking at her like, because I could feel the acceleration. And Lauren would go,
He's gonna traumatize.
it's okay.
He's
we're
not-
okay.
It's open.
We're okay.
It's open. It's fine.
It's like we went through war together and we made it out, but we all held hands mentally to make it out, right? Because we were all like, don't accelerate! Every moment you made it, right? Every inch that we made it out to the open water, like, you're going too fast! We were a little nervous, But the outcome is like later when we got
It was
out
a
there.
steep learning curve.
It was steep. Then
But
later on,
It took
got
you
it down.
less than
Less than
football
an hour,
field
though.
to get it down.
yeah. Oh, God.
What is
yeah.
our
And then we were
accelerator look like?
swerving
Is
in
it
and out of
this?
like banks.
No,
and-
it's like
a little lever.
Yeah, it's a lever.
Yeah.
2 fingers.
Apparently it's
So
heavy. I
fun.
didn't
It's
do
so fun to think.
It is
back
heavy.
now.
But I will say, like, you can turn this thing on a dime.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you
Like-
did, but like the,
I mean,
yeah.
even more so with just me and Jordan Sunday morning. But it's work.
shit.
Like, both of my arms on it, pulling on it, like rowing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
To pull that tiller. But me and Jordan flipped that thing. I mean, it's an 18-foot boat. I swear to God, we flipped it in an 18-foot hole, like on a dime. He leaned off one side to dip the prop, and we spun it.
Man.
And by the end of our day that day,
Yeah.
like,
you
we
were
figured
a
out.
fucking riverboat captain,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Like, we
he
had
was
it.
like,
Like,
Captain
I can
Stupid.
drive this. Just give
Yeah.
me a second.
Like to the point
And then
where
we got back. I was like, "Hey, I've never driven a boat before."
Yeah.
but like you were starting to
W.
drive it so effectively that by that day, like an hour later, you were so effective that even the girls were like,
Not
"Oh, you've
paying
got this."
attention.
They were like, "You're
Well,
fine."
they
we
were
were
just
gonna
drunk.
give Lauren and Austin. We were gonna give them a room because it was their weird hunting, fishing, sexual thing that was going on.
Oh no!
There
Which is
was
a
a
thing.
turn on.
Hey,
Said
Uncle.
you could drown toddler in these panties.
Yeah, sorry.
Wow.
It's all right. We get it. Like he,
Hey, we
Edit
stopped
that
talking
out.
about the Leaky Creek,
Can you
FYI.
edit that out?
you make a sharp,
Lauren's uncle.
Yeah.
sharp,
God.
sharp
Oh,
turn. You
God,
get
edit
some up your
that.
butthole. Who
Please.
knows? Yeah.
I didn't know what I signed up for.
Oh my God. That's how you have kids.
Yeah, welcome to
That's
the
how you
Stormwater
have
Creek
children in this
podcast.
world. God damn it.
That's an
God
age
knows
quote.
we need to
Blame
procreate.
Yeah.
We don't
It's
have
not
enough
Abe,
children.
It's Archer.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Archer.
It was a beautiful
Educate
day.
yourself.
So it was fun. And
No, we say that. but
we
it was
we
fun.
figured out a lot about the boat.
Like I want to go back and run into that area that we turned around and just go back
You have
through
to
there.
be honest, Austin. Like, if you're gonna have that happen, you were in the perfect group of human beings, right? Like, not every.
Absolutely.
You don't
I
want
would
a
have
bunch
taken
of
you to a boat
assholes, right?
because
Yeah.
I knew. I was like, this is
Some
gonna
people
Nobody
couldn't have
else
tolerated
knew.
that shit.
Going to be a bit of
Just
shit show.
you.
Yeah, I feel like you probably knew.
No
Yeah.
way.
No, no.
No
But
way. There's no way you
Lauren-
knew that it was going to be a shit show.
You know.
Oh, 100%.
Really?
Lauren knows.
Have you- 100%.
Okay, here's the This
I
is
was
Not everyone-
100% confident in you.
Nope.
Not
Here's the
everyone
deal.
can
Here's the
tolerate
deal.
what we are
Here's
on the
the deal.
same page.
Here's
That's
the
all
deal.
I'm saying.
Here's the deal. We appreciate you both coming to hang out with us. I appreciate you hanging out.
We
You
appreciate you.
doing all the hunting stuff you do with me. Don't give me that look.
No, I'm just
But-
wondering where you're going.
Where's
No.
this
Don't
going?
give me that look.
I'm
but-
just wondering.
Abe and Jordan and myself have made so many questionable decisions on the water
Oh,
at
yeah.
Lake Tawakoni
Of course.
and in hunting situations. That's like
Right. We're talking about.
shit show is
That's the app.
5/8
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah. No, I knew.
So it's like when we were going to try that tree, I was like, I don't know what to do. We're just gonna hit this tree.
Yeah.
Everybody's like screaming. I was like, well, this is what it is.
Once again, I didn't care that we hit the tree. My question
It was
like,
after the tree.
why are we?
'Cause I thought you
Why
said-
are you continuing to go right? You
Yeah.
know where to
I
go.
thought you said right.
You went faster.
No, because he said right, and so I was like, right, brr. There, I was
Yeah.
like, there's more trees. Why are we going right? He's like, why are you going this way? I was like,
I thought trees was the goal.
oh, not this way.
Yeah, no, I know.
My whole
Like, it
deal
was so
is I thought
clearly
that
you had to go left.
No, my thought was like, he said go right. I was like, it's overgrown. We're going through it.
Well, like,
We're
so
gonna
it's
run
like
through
What?
it's like if,
That was
it's
my
like if
thought.
you're driving
You
down the
were
road
trying
with
to
your
kill us.
friend,
No, I was
and you're like, hey, you're gonna take the next right, and then you
Death
just
was the
turn right.
outcome.
Like,
right there.
like if
Right
you were
there.
like, oh yeah, you're gonna take the next right, and they just go
turn-
right.
So if they take the next access road and they turn through the middle.
Yeah, exactly. It's
That's
just,
what happened.
I was just like, what the fuck? Why are you? That was what I was so
So-
I
because
still
we hit
can't
the.
forget Abe's face when he turned
What
around.
are
See
you
that he's in the
doing?
front of the boat, like trying to figure like the ropes and stuff. And he turns around, like after the tree. We're both like, dude,
Big tree,
like, whatever. And then he turns around, he screams, he goes, "What are you doing?
That's how we knew.
What?
We
Like,
knew.
why?" And then I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
That
this is not
was
good."
that was
He's like, if
Austin.
his friend's saying that, we're screwed.
If it was the
I
first
mean,
time.
I was panicking after the tree.
Yeah.
Like
That-
you've
then I
been to
saw
that
Abe,
boat
and I
ramp.
was like, man,
You've been to
this
that
is not
boat ramp
good.
so many times that's why I was like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this?
yeah. Austin was
I was
taking
like, I have
us.
no idea what I'm doing.
I
It's
know what I'm
like-
doing.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
I don't know.
Oh my God, you were taking us into the showers. Let's be
But
honest.
we got it done. And then Sunday morning,
100%.
we finished out Saturday.
Yeah,
We got our
yeah.
cell camera off the lake.
Yep.
We did some work. The boat
Forgot we
ran-
had 2 tree stands back there.
Yep.
The boat ran good.
It's not about the boat running. The boat was great.
No, it is about that. That
It
was
was
main
just
voyage.
operating the boat and getting used
No.
to it.
It was all. I mean, operating's learning curve. We figured
We're
that
learning it.
But
yeah.
I think
To
what
me,
she's
it
trying to
was
point
awkward.
out.
Oh,
It was-
yeah,
I think what Tracy's trying to point out though is especially with the start of our
Yeah,
boat
we just
story,
made a big
the
deal.
fact that the boat itself has been
Yeah,
a
it's
pristine.
Let's not
perfect-
blame the boat for God's
This
sakes.
isn't the Gribble's fault.
God damn it!
Yeah.
It's not the boat's fault.
But Jordan and I got out Sunday morning by ourselves, ran that thing all around.
Tawakoni.
I was slowly dying.
Yes,
Yeah.
You what?
Lauren had the flu.
It was
Oh.
bad.
That's why she has no voice now. It's,
Lo-
it's,
No,
we
it's,
know
it's
that,
like
yeah.
90.
you're much better. But
Yeah.
so Jordan and I ran around Sunday
Tracy
morning,
also died that day.
and we learned.
Different.
Different
Flu.
from
flu.
from champagne.
She had champagne flu.
Yeah,
I
bottle
had
flu.
champagne flu.
It's
I
bottle
can't
flu.
worry about that.
She slept all day long.
That's a fantastic Saturday.
Sorry,
Continue.
go
Sorry,
ahead,
babe.
No, it's
Austin,
okay.
with
It's
your
okay. It's
substantial and important
What was I saying?
information.
Oh,
How
so we ran around
embarrassing.
all morning Sunday. We learned how to operate the trim. We did some Googling. We really got the thing to plane out. We did some real deep scouting. Like got out to it was so flooded. We posted some pictures on Instagram already. There was a field we dove hunted behind a
Can you
tank.
open
We drove the boat through that field.
Yeah.
And that field was not the deepest part. It was probably a couple feet. The shallows, we were running through 6 inches. And Jordan and I both took turns. We spent an hour in that field, like doing donuts and run the boat around to taking
Yeah.
turns, just learning how to run it in mud. So we were running in 6 inches of water.
Yeah.
We had a blast. Then we're like, let's go over there. We found this little kind of beaver dam, ran over it, and then kept going through this creek. Busted up some blue-winged teal, some mallards, and kept going and kept going. We finally got the boat to bottom out after there was a broken dam. We scuttled through it and bumped the sides, and it finally bottomed out. We jumped out like, oh, kind of laughing, like, I guess this is where we turn it around. I mean, it's 85 degrees. The water's bathwater. Who cares?
Yeah.
We're both wearing sandals.
Dude, I was sitting on Saturday. I was sitting on the front of that boat because we had some weight in it, and so to keep that down, I was over the very front of that boat when we were moving, and just like having my feet in the water, it was legit perfect,
cool.
And that's why
perfect water temperature.
That's why we were kind of laughing. You know, people would be like, "Oh, you ran aground on your boat."
But Max.
Man, we're running a mud motor. So we both kind of laughed. We were push poling, like, let's just jump out, flip it around, and go. We jumped out.
I think that's like a whole other like technique that will have to be learned as well.
and
It's just
shove it up in somewhere and get back.
well,
in.
just like push pulling in and of itself, like how to effectively like how to like push pull really effectively.
I think
you
the
know?
start of it is to not have a push pole that's snapped in half.
No, it's not even that.
It wasn't in half, but
No, we
pretty
lost
close.
3 feet
yeah.
of 18.
We have a
so
beater pole
nowhere
now.
near half.
Don't be offended. I was just saying.
I'm not offended.
I'm used to dealing with half.
So, Jordan was push pulling. We dropped the motor all the way. We trimmed it down, and there's a quick trim. That's a 4-inch drop on the motor. We dropped all that, and I was digging, and just digging holes in the mud.
And it just
I was
cut
like,
through
man,
it.
we ain't moving. And I mean, who gives a shit? We could see the bottom. We jump out.
Yeah.
It's below our ankles. That's how shallow we'd gotten before it finally was like, nah, we're done. But as soon as we jump out, the boat starts floating again. So we were a half inch from being able to run, which is crazy.
That
When you're
Like
not even above
3
your
inches
ankles.
of water.
Yeah.
so
So
how
we-
does that
we
change?
We pushed the boat backwards to a bigger spot, flipped it around, pushed out a little further, both jumped back in. Jordan gave it a push. I cranked the motor on. Brrr.
So how does that change? So you enter from the lake. So if the lake floods into that, are you on private property or are you on?
I think we honestly probably were at that point, but we were just running around scouting.
But you were coming from the lake.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Very much so.
It's not like you were like walked out there.
No.
Yeah, but
We squirreled up a creek channel. and we ran over a bunch of logs and through it. There was a berm, and
Yeah.
it had a big cut in it. Like the water broke through, or somebody knocked it down to drain something, and it was 5.5 feet wide, 6 feet wide, and there was a hump. I mean, we scraped over the hump and bumped the motor over, and then both of us jammed it and took immediate 90-degree and went through the berm. And then, I mean, we were squirreling.
Dude.
It was so much fun. And then about 100 yards up, it's like, "Whoa." It's like, "Whoa." And we were tapping rev limiter at 4,200.
Oh, wow.
And I'm digging. And Jordan's push-pulling. And then we're finally like, I think we're stuck. And we jump out, and the boat goes, whoop, and like, that
Tops up.
just both of us. And we both kind of gave it a shove, and like, oh.
That's perfect. Man.
That's all it is. And we turned around. I'm wearing Chacos. He was wearing his Columbia PFG shoes. So we pushed it 20 yards. Boat jumped in. I was like, hey, give it a push. He gives it a push. I cranked the motor over and was like, back off again. Like, so much fun.
Dude.
We had a blast.
I just think the level of game changing.
We can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I
So
said,
quickly.
The weirdest thing was we bumped up these ducks. There was a mallard. We busted up him and a couple others. He flew and then was 6 yards from us and sat there and stared at us like he had no idea what we were. So he's probably never seen a boat back there.
Yeah, that's
So I mean that shit says something, because who
Absolutely.
else is getting back there? We busted up blue wing teal. We saw a bunch of gar, probably some cormorants. We saw a ton of birds back up in there, but it was swampy. I mean, y'all saw the videos. I think we may have posted one. We will if we don't. If we haven't, duckweed, smartweed. I mean, it was flooded.
you don't have
timber.
anything planned on 15th, do you?
Of
September.
September.
That's teal. We can go
All
duck
right, well,
hunt.
you're gonna.
In
You've got.
shorts.
You,
You
Yeah.
can sit
Yeah.
in shorts and like, ah!
yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, I think we just run up in all those trees, tie off, we're going to build some stakeout poles
Absolutely.
and just jam them down, tie off to all the handles,
Yeah.
flip that blind up.
And that'll just keep that boat from moving, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was
to a tree even.
like so fucking stable. That was the thing that to me it was like we were just all of us, those two girls, the dog, moving around. That thing's rock effing solid.
Yeah.
You know, that was the thing that struck me so much, is that I figured it would be like Rocky. Mm-mm.
It was so
It's just
smooth.
because it's flat bottom.
It's so.
But I will say, like when
tank.
Jordan and I were running across, we ran across the big lake. We were running on Sunday. I mean, a big run all the way across. Hitting some wake. I mean, you get some. You get a little slap, but
Dude, that's just.
who else? There's not gonna be anybody else out there in January. If
Well,
we
I
have
mean-
to drop in that far away, there's another boat ramp that would have been way closer, but it was closed, so we had to run the whole thing. But
But I mean, you just take your time through that shit.
yeah, we slowed it down some.
Yeah.
But I mean, it still ran super
I mean,
solid. And we figured out how to trim it out. We put new plugs in it since. Even running dry, since I put new plugs in and gapped them correctly, it's torqueier. So I think
It sounds.
we're going to run
so much better.
much faster.
Yeah.
Is the real test doing it at night versus? I guess the real thing
Man,
is doing it during the
don't
day
matter.
a million times, and then you do it at night.
Don't matter.
You'll just.
I think
light
it'll be
up
fine.
anyway.
We got the. If we're going to have to run the giant lake, we'll leave that giant light bar on. If we go out there and decide to flip it right now, you can see a block.
Yeah.
Behind you.
It turns
Otherwise-
night into daylight.
I'm going to build a little.
I mean, just from
headlight
even
adapter
my
if we're going to putter
yeah.
through creeks.
See, I thought we were using headlights.
No, 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 no.
Did you see it?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's
I mean,
daylight.
just even in our Leaky Creek experience and our kayak experience, even
Leaky Creek was
dude,
no lights.
we had that. All we had was that like
Little light bar.
that little light bar that's like 6, 7 inches, and that
It
was like
fine.
Wow.
perfect. I mean, that was like
Wow, that's actually amazing.
daylight.
Yeah.
We had it was really the
And we
thing is
we went through big water.
Oh yeah, we went through it's really just
Take your
I think the
time.
biggest thing is it's taking your time and being just kind of knowing a little bit about where you're going.
Yeah.
Just kind of knowing like we knew when we went across big water on the Leaky Creek and then went from like one little flooded area to another flooded area that we knew kind of what we were getting ourselves into.
Where to look for stumps.
Yeah, where you can go quick,
Yeah.
where you can need to go slow, where you need to kind of just also too, like with lights like that, you see a tree and you know, all right, that's that tree. You may not be able to see anything else, have no frame of reference, but you're like, all right, that tree, we got to go right around that tree and then go back up it. So, I mean, that's the scouting aspect of it. It's just like with deer, you know, you're out at, that's the thing.
Get out there.
It's the exact same thing with deer. When you go out and you scout for deer, it's the same way. You go out and you scout around, you've been around there, you walked around there during daylight. When you go out at night, when your headlamp hits something, you're like, oh, I know where I need to go. I need to go right here.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same
Exact
thing.
same deal.
Yeah.
Once you've made the trip,
Yeah.
made the trip, and teal season's the perfect warm up because A, you can hunt teal all day. B,
And dove.
and dove, and it's 90 degrees.
So
So
if
we
you've
all
gotta
jump
get
in
in
the
the
boats
water.
in shorts and t-shirts, throw on a face mask, and make sure you're wearing a camouflage top. We pop up blind,
Long
we shoot
sleeve
some
shirt.
teal,
Yeah, and you're good.
and we sit out there all day. Eat some sandwiches,
Yeah.
drink cokes, shoot teal. Or midday, go run ashore and go shoot some dove.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes it super, like you say, you can spend a whole day out there. I don't know what y'all were doing with the Leaky Creek, but
Not an all-day thing.
No. Oh,
is
no.
that what you just jump around a little bit?
We put 3 of us on max on the Leaky Creek last year, and we were 2 inches, like off the gunnel was 2 inches above the water.
Yeah,
It was sketchy.
sketchy AF, bro.
We ran 5 of us in the dog. I'm like, we'll do 17 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour. So we're square.
Yeah, we're good.
Square. And that was before plugs, and we'll do a little more tune-up, and things gonna run. We learned how to trim a little better. So if we have to run big water, but I mean, running shallow water, that thing's indestructible. It's a four-wheeler on the water.
Yeah.
It is a four-wheeler
Jordan
in
and
the
I
water.
made a turn at the lake we hit Sunday. I was like, we're not gonna. This isn't wide enough. And he was like, which way are we gonna turn? I was like, this way. Get on this side. We jumped it. We dumped the
Hang
prop.
out the side again.
He hung out the side. I dumped the prop in, and we ran a third of the boat up on the bank.
Yeah.
And rode it like a wave back in.
Yeah.
He was like, holy shit. I was like, yeah, dude, I knew he'd make that.
Yeah.
We turned around in less than an 18-foot space. Turned that boat on a dime.
Yeah.
So you can turn it.
Mhm.
And he was like, "You've learned how to drive this." And I was like,
Dude, it's just like
you
even
can't stop it. Like as long as that prop's in the water, the boat's gonna go.
yeah.
So it's just learning how to keep the prop in the water. So like when it's just me and Jordan, it's got that rack. If we're turning one way, if the prop's in water, Jordan was like leaning out the side just to keep it dumped.
Like a
So it was
fucking sailboat, dude. Yeah. I mean, it's just with any kind of boat, it's like you're just learning how it's so fucking different than driving on land. And so as soon
There's
as
so much drift.
yeah, drift, you don't.
It's
It
like,
just
I'm not
doesn't.
gonna turn right
A lot
here.
of
It's like I'm gonna
aftermath.
turn out there. So you start
Yeah.
turning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're going to drift.
Like even with Tracy and I and the boat we have, like trying to dock and doing all those things. At first, I mean, I've ripped off side of the dock before. I mean, you get into bad. You just like, I don't know what the fuck to do, right? I mean, I know exactly what that feeling is.
It's like, well,
It's just I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm just trying to do
something
to get this to move, and it's like backing up a trailer for the first time. It's the closest thing on land. You're just trying to like, shit, I'm going.
Shoulder.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. And so, I mean, once you get it down and
Especially
you
in a boat
know,
with no reverse.
that's the other thing.
Or no neutral. Like neutral's like stop.
It was just full speed ahead.
At least in my boats, I've got fucking reverse, and I could just
Yeah.
slam it into reverse and stop. That's the closest thing to
It's like
brakes
your
I can get.
e-brake, yeah.
But I've gotten it now where I just dump boats right into, like,
Practice.
flip boats around and dump them in on like side docking
Yeah.
like that, no problem now. But it's
just
like,
it's stick time.
yeah, you're just on the boat, and I mean, as fast as you got that,
Like when
that's
Jordan and I were putting the boat back on the trailer Sunday, like the whole ramp was busy, but next to it there's like a rocky beach, people putting kayaks
Yeah.
on. I was like,
We're going there.
run us up there. He goes, yeah. I was like, dude, I'll jump out. I'll pull the truck down. You putter around. When you see me back down, run it up on. He's like, yeah, good point. And so there's people getting kayaks out, and we start coming in. They all start staring at us. And I'm standing on the bow. He goes, brrr, and just stops in the sand. I jump out. I turn around. He pops out of the water. I push him back off. And I'm like, that's amazing.
That's not something I'm used to seeing about, dude.
It's basically a giant kayak.
Yeah,
I was literally like,
it really
yeah,
is.
legitimately.
Just a big kayak.
Like, and they all stood there like, oh my god. And then Jordan just like dumped the motor to one side and like took off back out in the bay.
Yeah, super versatile.
I can't wait to see the versatility that we'll be able to do in hunting big water if we want. Like, I'm super excited to hunt deep water one time this year. Just find
some divers.
some just.
Where are you gonna go?
To Waukene.
Well, just like even if you get into a position where you can like go out to deep water.
See where they're flying.
Yeah. Even if we spend where we would traditionally like get up and leave and just be like, all right, let's go home. Where we go, let's go out to deep water.
Yeah.
And watch birds on how they're working the lake.
Yeah.
Right?
And then go there.
Yeah.
We just sit out there, anchor up, and drink coffee.
Oh, even if you're not hunting, you have no plan on shooting anything. Yeah. But I'm just interested to see.
After early teal, before regular duck season, go start watching.
Mm-hmm.
We go drink coffee and we eat breakfast burritos. Like, there's ducks over there, and we start dropping pins. Like, I think what I think I'm gonna do is get a ram mount. If you know anybody, what we need to do is find an iPad. Somebody's got an iPad that has the cell capability. I've got a couple, but none of them do.
I have no cell capability. I just have
regular iPad.
The Wi-Fi.
Because I want to put an iPad on the deck of the boat.
Yeah.
And run Onyx, so we can just drop pins.
Yeah.
I may be able to find one.
It's just
that's got the 3G or 4G.
No, I think I know who has one.
Super cheap.
Yeah.
Okay. Because put a RAM mount on it and mount it up on that thing, and we can just have a screen that's Onyx.
A big screen, yeah.
And just drop pins.
I think that's a genius idea.
Yeah.
Because then we can sit there and like, there's ducks here, there's ducks here, there's ducks here, and drop pins.
I'm just super excited to try a bunch of new places with that.
Are ducks like deer in the sense you can see them early season in one place, and then as the season goes on, they change, and it might not be so much like that?
I don't think they change. Like, they like certain areas, and you figure it out. You just get out there earlier, and you park it. Like, oh, they're right here. And then they're already coming, so you settle the spread. Like, oh, maybe we'll land here right now instead of keep going. You just want to intercept them. I think. I'm sure. Fuck you, Brian Donovan. You're probably gonna you shoot us an email and tell us we're wrong.
Yell at us for doing it wrong. But no, I mean, I think they're just. I think it's from a standpoint of deer use the land for the reason in a way. Ducks are the same way. I mean, but you don't have quite. It's not quite the territorial aspect of things where you're like, oh wow, you've got these. You've got a dominant deer in there, and it may run off other deer. You may have a dominant doe that doesn't. I don't think that's not the way ducks work, right? You're dealing with just ducks are moving into a place because it's got food, and they're using water in a way to find. And they see other ducks. That's the other thing. That's why decoying works is because ducks are attracted to be in a group because there's a reason that ducks just don't hang out in the middle of nowhere for no reason. They're not just like, oh, I'm just here because this is like a safe place to this is a safe place to be. It's just that's the easiest thing for them to deal with, So but I think I'm super excited. Plus, just with making a couple deer hunts this year on public land to use that to get hey, drop, and be in places that no one's getting to.
Putter in, kill it, and drift ashore. You've left no scent trail. Mm-hmm. You could drop in.
Plus, you're just in places that
from your stand.
Yeah, there's some stupid advantages coming in from water.
Dude, there's some places that I've already looked at on the map that we hunt that are like, holy shit, that boat's gonna.
Yeah.
We ran where we deer hunted before. We ran all up in there last week, and
when was the last time, like, I don't know if Onyx has, like, the date, but I know Google Earth has, like, the date of last updated imagery. When was the last time it was updated on whatever you're looking at, I guess?
I really don't use Onyx Maps to look at, like, that.
Hard image.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not using Onyx to, like,
I'm just
tear
curious,
apart
like,
a piece of
how
land like
flooded
that.
is it now compared to when it was flooded on, like, that date?
Last year?
Yeah, I mean, I guess just whenever. 'Cause all I know is Google Earth has a date imagery. Like,
Yeah,
you
but
can see
even
what
that's
date
not
it
going to be
was.
like March 2nd, March
I just
10th, March 14th, right?
Right.
That would be like
Yeah.
March
Year.
12th, 1999,
Yeah.
you know, April 16th, 2000.
Yeah, I was just curious how, like, because where I hunt, like, you can look back in 2012 and it was drought ridden.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way you're getting a boat through that, and then you can go
No.
to like 2016 and it's like, what?
ooh, that's a fucking lake
Like, you
now.
can definitely go through that. So yeah, I wonder what you're looking at.
Yeah. Just push her back.
I got it.
Yeah. There you go. It's just so different just because it's so much.
Yeah, it's a totally different.
It's all over the map,
Literally.
bro. You know, just
Yeah.
because you never know.
Like you say, just sit out there and look. Just watch them.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for us is like right now we're not even concerning ourselves with ducks, right? Like to see ducks is cool because there's residents, but what I think we're really looking for more now is being able to find areas that we're like exploring different places. So we'll like look at a map and say, all right, this looks like an area let's go. It's a mixture of timber and shallow water, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to find places that have shallow water, below your knee, type water. Yeah. And so we go and we just look and all right, cool. This is a great place. So we'll just go. So like we'll identify a place. We'll drop pins on Onyx, and then we will go out on the boat and then drive out to the pen and be like, all right, badass. This is
What you thought it was.
yeah, but then what we'll do is essentially say, okay, cool. Well, let's like now that we're setting eyes on this, like what you're looking for now is that, well, how would we use this, right? Okay, so now where are we going to set our stand up
Yeah,
essentially, right?
right.
In the terms of deer hunting, but you're looking to okay, we could park the boat here. We could set our decoy spread out here, depending on because you may be in an area where the wind's going to be pushing through, like the predominant wind may be east, but it's coming in at a different direction just because that's the way that the terrain is funneling the
Right.
wind through. So we're doing a lot of that. That's like real early preseason scouting is not necessarily like, oh, we're finding ducks.
Yeah.
It's really more about like we're finding places that are, 5 steps farther in. So even if the water recedes from where we've gotten obviously a lot of rain this year,
Yeah.
that it's still going to be, we may be at point A, but point B may be all the way into that. So
And you find their approach, ducks, is coming into the wind.
pretty much all the time into the wind.
Yeah.
They're going to circle around you and move around and come into the wind.
Yeah, they like landing into the wind.
Yeah.
So-
They'll land in the wind and just that's the way that it's just like a plane. They're gonna come into the wind because
Easier
it
for them to
helps
cup
get
their
them
wings,
lift. Yeah.
Get lift and
Yeah.
set down more gently.
They may come from the right. They may come from the left. They may come from any direction. They may be coming around, but they're gonna circle around you, and they're gonna work into the wind, and that's the way they're gonna land. So that's
I like sitting parallel with the wind. I don't know if that's normal. I'm not experienced enough.
I mean, my biggest
some
thing
people like sitting back to the wind, so ducks land straight at them.
Right.
I don't like that shot. I'm not good at calculating that.
depth perception.
That depth doesn't
I'd
work
rather
for
go
me.
straight left to right.
Yeah,
same depth.
if the wind's blowing from left to right and they're coming in from right to left to land, I'm good at leading,
Yeah.
or vice versa. But I'm not good at landing ducks coming straight in at me.
Yeah.
I've thrown a shotgun in the lake a couple times.
See, I don't care about when I have my pick of the way we set up. I don't care about the wind. I care about the sun.
Yeah, the sun's a big deal.
So the sun.
If I have to pick, I'll take the sun.
I want the sun behind me because that'll blind ducks coming into you, and it also doesn't blind your ass. You know.
Yeah. So you're a black blob with everything else.
Right.
Yeah.
So
if I have to pick, I'll take the sun.
Absolutely.
If I have the sun
Give
and
your
right to left,
druthers,
Yeah.
peachy.
It's a I tell you, it's just like anything else. It is so much of a you can try to do everything perfect, but
It
it
doesn't work.
doesn't fucking work.
Just like deer
You
hunting.
know, exactly like deer hunting.
Except you can hang out and drink coffee.
That's the thing.
That's why I love it.
That's the thing to me is like
You burn a box of shells, just
shoot the shit.
You
You
can
move
shoot.
around.
yeah, like this doesn't
It
work.
doesn't
let's go.
matter. It's I'll tell you, I can't I just don't get why I like it's just so goddamn I'm addicted to it. Like we've talked about it this year. We're like, "Oh, yeah, I mean, we're going to do some deer hunting on public land, but
Very little.
Not as much,
No offense.
you know?
I've got
I mean-
enough private land deer lined up. Like if I shoot one deer in every spot I've been invited to,
We're
that's a whole
good.
shitload of
fine.
deer.
Yeah.
Why make it tougher on yourself?
If I get
Chase
bored, I might try to shoot one on public land, but I'd much rather try to shoot limited ducks.
it. Yeah.
And my goal this year, I've said it to Abe already.
You got a boat.
Last year was my goal was to put a wood duck drake on the wall.
Done.
He's 10 feet from me right now. This year, I've got a green wing in the freezer. We busted up some blue wing. And I got two buddies who said they can put me on cinnamon teal.
Well.
I want a blue wing and a cinnamon, and I want all three bound on a log on the wall. I want all three teal. That's my goal this year. You gotta have goals, right?
Got to.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not gonna have any drywall left.
That's
in
okay.
here. We all birds.
We'll get a new house.
That's right.
Take some pictures of us down.
Yeah.
All two of them.
Exactly.
Man.
But it's I mean, I'm floored by the fact that first of all, that draws are open.
It's go time. We have to have
Normally, I'm like,
we have to have our fantasy draw party soon.
so like normally,
Yeah.
I can't believe that snuck up on me like that because
Smoke a pig
I
for
got the
that?
email. As soon as Jordan sent it, my email updated. It was like, hey, draws are available. I was like, oh.
I didn't even see the email. I didn't even know it. Jordan told me. Jordan was like, hey, the draws are open. Normally I'm like weeks of like, oh, not ready yet. Oh, not ready yet. Oh, not ready yet. I've been so busy that it was like, oh, fuck, it's here.
Yeah, I got the email, like you said, right after Jordan sent that text to all of us.
Yeah.
I got the email like, oh, cool.
You got us in
All
for
draws are open.
Yeah.
Time to start entering.
Lake
Time for
Texoma.
alligator?
Absolutely. There's 4 places we got to put for management and regular. We got to get that one in.
'Cause we have a boat now.
Yeah.
Everything that's like, you might need a boat. Like, we're putting it
Ding.
there.
Here.
'Cause
Ding.
We have
oh, you brought your V-hole? That's cool. We have a four-wheeler of boats. Like,
No, you're exactly
I
right.
just can't, I knew we bought a utility boat. And it's not the prettiest boat, but I'm
It is.
going to do
No,
some
it's-
painting. I want to do some grittiness to get the deck aggressive, so it can be, you don't slip on it.
Right.
But
You bought what it was
Dude.
supposed to be used for.
yeah,
Most
like
people have
I
boats that
don't
are
care about a wakeboarding boat. I don't care about a
Fuck
fishing
that.
boat. Like
I do.
I want a garfish. What?
It's still a fishing boat.
Oh,
yeah,
well, you
no, I wasn't
absolutely.
done. I was saying like it's not like I mean a fishing boat like a bass runner.
Like a bass
Oh,
boat,
okay.
yeah.
That's gonna do 70
Okay.
miles an hour.
My bad.
Like no, we're gonna do 20. We're gonna get there, but like
Yeah.
we're also gonna go duck hunt in 6 inches
Yeah.
of water
Yeah.
and eat sandwiches. Like, and they're like we're not gonna worry about our fiberglass hull. Like oh that's a log, and Trace kept saying that. Like, that's a log. I'm like yup. And me and Jordan,
I mean,
we
the
were
fact
running
that-
those shallows. It's got that skeg underneath. So you're like, boink. Like, oh, that's a log. Boink. Oh, that's something.
Yeah.
Like,
Just bounces over.
yeah, it's
So,
got that big deflector.
That's awesome.
It's so awesome.
Yeah,
it's a
meant for it.
four-wheeler. It's a four-wheeler
It's-
of boats.
a four-wheeler boats. There's no doubt. I'm like I said, I think it's, especially with your plans on kind of what you plan on doing with that tower that's up there, I think that's going to be like spring of next year. That thing's going to be like, fuck, we're going to murder carp and gar, and then take it like you said,
rolling right up next to
Oh,
you.
right.
well, you're going to be 4 feet off the top of the boat.
Last weekend, in 2 days, I saw a dozen 5-foot gar.
Yeah.
Like that was hauling ass. I mean, we could fish for them, we could bow hunt them, we could crawl around. Like one of us can putter around, run the till, just idling, 2 miles an hour. Somebody else in that front deck, and it's daylight. And
they'll come up next to you. They're curious, man.
Yeah,
I have them, hit the bottom of the boat whenever I'm down there. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And they make an over the motor polling platform. It's like $400. I want to ask for it for Christmas. It's bolt-in removable.
Yeah.
Because then somebody could
dude, that's
if we get shallow to go start doing stuff, somebody can stand there and just push pole.
Yeah.
And everybody else can
what?
Yep. That's how I did it. I don't know if I turned the motor off, but you just kind of float around.
But even if you just got that, if you had that deck over that motor, then you've got a skiff essentially to go you go almost flats, and somebody stand on the
up and just push pole.
Yeah, you stand on the front of that. Even if you're standing on just on the front deck, I'll take a fly rod and fish off the front of that thing and
Dave
tear up.
Dave said, he said, come down Friday night, stay at the house. He said Saturday morning super early, we can haul ass to the boat club, Houston Boat Club.
Yeah.
We can be in an inlet. He said we can be in flounder gigging territory in 45 minutes.
Don't make him harder than he already is.
I mean, it's like hurts.
It costs us nothing.
Hurts. Let's do it.
We have a place to stay. We have somebody who knows where we're going. And I said, if we're flounder gigging, I don't think noise matters. I said, I own a generator now. We go to Harbor Freight, all those halogen shop lights, we buy 6 of them, we line the boat edges with them, start the generator, and everybody just stands on the side with big poles and
crack.
Wow. Yeah.
And if you're not flounder, you're crabbing.
Exactly. Or one of us ties the motor up and just push poles in the back. Like, go this way. Like,
you hit your limit. You're push pulling now, boy.
Yeah. You stuck
with your like backpack bladder full of beer.
Yep. Exactly.
Can you get a DWI for push pulling a boat?
Probably.
Probably. But I feel like they'd be like, okay, your motor's off. You mean to tell me you're drunk and push pulling?
Yes, sir. We didn't want to break. We did not want to break the law, sir.
We're good. We plan on sleeping out here as well. I feel like they'd probably be like, oh, all right, well.
We don't believe you, but...
I'll tell you what is your truck? I'm going to take the keys to this boat and put it in the truck, and then you can... Done! Can we hook up to your boat and you drag us back in?
And what's crazy is I was going to put guides on my trailer for this boat.
Yeah, trailer guides?
Not worth it.
No?
Because it runs so shallow.
You don't need them?
No. Because you can just float it. Like, Jordan and I got that thing all wonky trying to get it off the lake on Sunday. So I just gave it a shove because it was sideways over the bunks. Just gave it a shove, and then we just kind of gave it a pull and straightened it back out and set it. If I had guides, it would have just been beaten.
It may have been worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would have just been like...
Now you got to get out of that area instead of being able to push it.
Now it's just like, hey, wait out there with thigh deep and spin the boat around and set it on the trailer. Like, hook it up. I'm like, okay, we're done here. Because, I mean, it floats, with no one in it, it floats a half-inch deep.
Yeah. It's just...
a giant kayak.
Exactly. I mean, every time we use it, it becomes more apparent, like, this is a giant kayak.
Yeah, it's...
You run it ashore wherever you want. Like, when we found that field, I was like, wait. Run up here. And Jordan was running. I said, run up that shore. I said, run it hard and just beach it. Let's kill it. We got out and it's like, I've duck hunted right here. I sent it to 2 of my buddies, like, remember this? And like, holy shit, we haven't duck hunted there in like 3 years. I'm like, yep, and turned around and took a picture. I was like, Remember that field we dove hunted behind it? I'm like, oh my god! And it's our boat beached in a field.
Dude, it was.
I posted that picture.
Yeah.
On Instagram, it was like, that's how high the water is.
The boat.
Dove,
Like
I'd
even
walked
last year.
where the boat's at in that picture, I've walked 100 yards out in jeans, dove hunting. With no, like, water didn't exist.
Well, even when we hunted Tawakoni last year with the two of us and our dogs, we were in the fucking. We were like, holy shit! What the fuck is all this water up here for? Like, walking in, we were like, Jesus, that we're in the middle of a field, and we're like, this is not supposed to have water in it. Yeah. We're like,
yeah, and Jordan, I'm leaving Max in the boat. I shoot a bird, it falls. And Jordan's like, aren't you going to send Max? I'm like, no. A, I don't know what the hell's over there. B, it's thigh deep, waist deep.
Yeah.
C, he'll never find it. Like, he'll just swim around somewhere, and if he gets hung up, that's a problem. I was like, I'm going to get that shit myself. It was just flooded weeds. But the weeds were above your head.
Oh, wow.
But you were waist deep in water. Like, it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
We shot some birds,
dang.
but it was just, the whole thing was a shit show.
Yeah.
So now we can just run up in there. Because we were running a trolling motor on our John boat, so it was like, everything about the thing situation was like, you don't need to be here. Now it's like,
I belong
fuck it.
here.
We do whatever we want.
This is our life.
Yeah,
We do what we want.
This damn things let y'all do 10,000 different things you couldn't do. In
I was
Lake
worried about
Creek
buying a boat. That wasn't going to just, I don't know. It's just like, is it a toy?
It is, but it's like
a four-wheeler.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about it is,
having a
like,
deer release and walking it, and having a deer release and having a four-wheeler.
Yeah.
The best description I can have now.
yeah.
We have all these legs, but now we have a four-wheeler.
I can do the same thing. I can just do
we
it
can do
in
exactly what
a
we did before.
fraction of the time.
But we can go farther, and faster.
Yeah. Electric bike.
Exactly.
Dude.
For public land.
How is it? So you bought a Quiet Cat, right?
No, I bought the cheapest. It was cheapest. I mean, $850 off of.
That's
Called the Eco Trike, and it was just said it was a 4-inch fat tire off-road bike. And there's nothing else for it. It was $150 off.
Is
of
it
and free
like
shipping.
you still pedal it, or?
You can if you want, and it kicks in the assistant.
But it's got a motor on it.
Mm-hmm. And it's got 5 settings, like one like its own gears. Like one is like low.
I don't think we've talked about this, have we?
No.
Let's talk about it.
It's got like, and it's an electronic screen. It's all hooked up. There's plenty of electronics going to this thing, to that hub in the back. It's a 500-watt motor.
Yeah.
36-volt, and it's, I think on flat ground, on concrete, I was going like 22.
Holy shit!
Mile an hour on it.
That's cooking. That's
Holy fuck!
On a boat.
Yeah, if I'm on the public land, if I'm on that burn break and I'm kind of bouncing through there, I'll keep it on like 3 because 5's way too much.
You're just rough.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll keep it on about 3 or 4, and I'll even like still. It's got like like a motorcycle,
like a throttle.
Throttle.
Yeah.
So it's just like that, and I'm doing like that maybe like half the time, and I'm not pedaling at all. But if I go through water, like a lot of standing water, I'll have to kind of give it a little.
Yeah, help.
A little bit. Yeah, I'll give it some help. But man, I'll even take that through like the regular woods, like just kind of going around trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that thing kicked ass. I don't think I got a single chigger, and I did spray permethrin all over me, but I think it probably helps that I'm like elevated off the ground.
Yeah,
and
no
you're not just
doubt.
walking through.
You're moving
weeds.
that fast through
spray
that.
the frame of it in permethrin too.
Mm.
I think that's what he said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You sprayed you, right?
Mm.
No, spray the frame and just.
Oh yeah.
Spray the whole bastard.
That's good.
Cover your bike in the shit that's like you're just
especially
like this
your
pike.
down tube.
Yeah.
And your rims, spray them.
Yeah.
Let it
Yeah.
dry. So that way it's just like there are things like, nah, bro, we ain't into
That's
this.
true.
I ain't about that life.
Why not?
Yeah,
That's
that
the way I
helps
see
so
it.
much. Especially after almost stepping on a moccasin like last October. I'm like,
Yikes.
if I can just get off the ground a little bit,
Snakes don't
it's gonna make
scare
me
me.
feel good.
That's great.
Running through there, so
Snakes scare me.
They scare me. Like, I'll kill one,
Yeah.
Why? What,
but
they're
after I get, like, the shivers and, like, knees to chest.
Snake fever?
Run to get something to kill it. But I don't like it.
I don't like them either.
I
no.
don't.
It was
And
like
I think they all need to die.
fine.
And
was
I
as if,
understand
like,
that's not logical. But I will kill every single one of them.
He's like a rattlesnake without a rattle. That's what it sounded like. It's one of those things.
Which
it's one
are
of
the
those
new
mornings.
rattlesnakes?
It's like you get up like early. It's like, I don't know. I get early season. You probably got to be up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock on public to actually get out there on time. And I didn't have the bike at this time, and I get out there and then it's like the thermosol's rocking, but I'm still getting destroyed out there.
Yeah.
And on my way
Really?
out, I'm like, I'm just gonna grab a camera on my way out, and it was just like. Just rustling leaves kind of quick. And I almost didn't even look down. I was just like, there's no way there's anything down there. It's just like the widest mouth in the world is looking at me. And
Yeah.
I'm over the top of him. It's the fattest moccasin I've ever seen.
Nope.
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't think I've ever, like, whenever adrenaline kicks that
Why don't you eat
fast, it's
snake?
almost like a high. Like,
yeah. Ooh.
you just, like, throw everything you have off, and then I just gathered myself. Like, I've never, like, you know, like in an action movie where people, like, get freaked out and they start, like, backing up on their hands and knees
Yeah.
away from it. That's what it was like.
Yeah, just like a complete shuffle of fear.
Yeah.
God damn,
That same
dude, that
morning,
sucks.
my brother saw a timber rattler, and I was like, that's crazy that we were both seeing snakes. Let's get the hell out of here. So I think we both went home that day.
Time to go.
Yep, I don't think I went back in there until November. So
I want that cold ass air. I have a feeling it's gonna be hot as fuck again this year.
yeah,
Yep.
it will be. It's just the
Until-
weather cycle we've been in since like 2000.
Crazy. Everyone was talking about how
14.
like nice of a summer it was going to be in like January, February.
Right.
They were like, oh, it's going to be such a cold like June, July. It's going to be fine.
It has
Hell
been.
No.
I will say it was a cool
no,
June.
it's been like either 100 or it's been 80. Like there's no in between.
I
It's
I
July.
really think
It's
June,
like the
July's been
second
low.
thing.
Like I think June was low temps.
I think June was about as best as you can
June
get.
was super wet.
I
know
feel like,
that.
oh yeah,
Exactly. and
I think
that's-
July is gonna be. I think we're gonna hit we'll hit 40 days of like
You think?
no rain and that kind of shit. Like
Let's
2 days of
probably
rain,
use
3
it.
days of rain type shit, and then I hope come September 1st, it fucking dumps
Yeah, that's the hope.
Flat out to
and then
season.
stops, and then
Then
doesn't
starts
rain again
in
until
December.
Flat
December.
out to a surface drive. People
Yeah.
can get back into some fields.
Well, I just like I'm all about having a bunch of water, but I'm also about like just like get a bunch of water, get a bunch of ducks down here, be cold as shit. I hope it freezes solid in Canada
In September.
like now
Yeah.
and just pushes
I
birds
I
down.
agree with you.
Just I hope it's I hope Iowa is a goddamn sheet of ice. You know, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas. I hope you are covered in ice, snow and ice, and it just pushes every single one of those birds down here. And because that's been the problem, right? I mean,
Never got cold and pushed them.
it just never. It's pushing birds down out of Canada. It's just pushing them down to like Iowa, and then they stay in Iowa, or they go to Nebraska, or they stop in Kansas, or they stop in Oklahoma. And so, I think that's one of the biggest, like trying to hunt Oklahoma this year.
Yeah.
With our schedules, it's so tough. We're trying to think about where we would like. I keep saying we need to definitely do an out-of-state duck hunt this year for sure. Like, is it Arkansas? Is it Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
Is it Louisiana? Right.
We know people, and now we have a boat. We're more attractive.
But we know people in all three of those states.
Yeah, we gotta book it now.
No, it's not booking.
Okay, but we gotta.
We're not. Yeah, we're gonna go
This is-
DIY. But
no,
it's
this
like,
is individuals. This isn't booking.
Yeah, this isn't like pay for go
This
somewhere.
is calling friends like, hey brother,
Oh.
I got a boat and gasoline
Yeah.
and beer. Like, you gonna put me on some ducks?
Yeah, we got friends in Arkansas. We got friends in Oklahoma. We
Like
got
I
friends
said.
in Louisiana.
Right there. Come 1 year from now. Green wing, blue wing, cinnamon.
Okay.
We're gonna
$100
shoot.
bet.
We're gonna shoot a.
$100.
We're gonna shoot a blue wing. You have a blue wing, right?
I got a green wing in the freezer.
We're gonna shoot a blue wing opening morning.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it here first.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the
You heard it here first.
Here first. So
Let's do it.
Cinnamon teal are the best.
I don't hate that. I want to go hang out with Beaston and shoot cinnamon teal.
Beastie, if you're listening,
And you are.
and we know you
We
are.
know you are.
Cinnamon teal. We got a boat, we got booze, and we got gas.
We're going to podcast.
You can we'll do a joint podcast.
We're going to do a Cast Blast, Grill and Chill,
Woo!
Stormwater Creek hybrid podcast.
I'll let you cook breakfast on our boat, which I've banned Jordan from.
Well, yeah.
If I shoot a Sim and Teal, you have carte blanche, my friend.
So you banned Jordan from cooking breakfast on the boat.
No, not really. I say that. Jordan
It's a
shows
loose
up at the
ban.
stove.
What
Yeah.
does that mean, really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Words.
Yeah.
I mean, what are words?
Word.
What are words?
Nazi Gribble here.
Whoa.
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 Thanks for joining us this week, everyone.
Well, yeah, I think we're done here.
We gotta go right now.
It's probably officially July 4th at this point.
It is officially July 4th now, right? No.
Eric,
Pretty dang
It's 11
close.
o'clock.
are we gonna fish in the morning?
Fuck
It's
no.
We gotta be up in like
late.
4 hours.
It's time to go to bed.
Let's go right now and just sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go.
You wanna go on the boat right now?
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do with your wife?
She's fine. She's asleep.
She can stay in our guest room.
Okay, so we're good.
We're making moves.
We're going to figure out what we're going to do here, folks. So we need to talk about a couple points of business. We need you to 100%, if you're listening to this, it's 2 hours and some odd minutes into the podcast. So if you are still listening to this,
bless your
you
soul.
are obviously a sucker for punishment. And what we would like to make sure we offer you is the fact that if you come to the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers August 17th public land film tour at Tailwaters here in Dallas, all you have to do is show up, put all your money towards. None of this goes to us. We don't give a damn about money, right? We don't care about this. All of the money that you buy a ticket, you'll get some free beer. You'll get you'll get not free food, but if you buy a VIP ticket, you'll get food in that. But $10 plate for all you can eat food and booze. Buy a raffle ticket. Stick that raffle ticket into the Stormwater Creek Duck Hunt raffle bin, and you will be entered in to go on the SS Gribble with us,
So fancy now.
and then podcast with us afterwards, and be a part of the delusional process that is this podcast. You will see fully behind the scenes.
We guarantee you'll have a nice time.
Yeah, you will eat well.
I'll make you a martini.
You will drink well. You'll have a good time.
The hunt will be a good time. Yet again, we don't guarantee.
Yeah, no, it's
We
going to be
guarantee
a
nothing.
public land.
We will take you out
duck
to where
hunt.
we hunt.
Yeah.
So you will have as much success as we do, and we will let you shoot first.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. We will.
Jordan will cook you
Our
breakfast
aim
burritos.
will be to get you a limit of ducks, and so if you enter that, you will help our friends at Backcountry Hunters and Anglers, which we cannot tout enough about. But come down to Tailwaters. If you can't, if you're like, I live in a foreign port of call, and I can't make it, hit us up on Instagram, and we'll figure out how to get you into the podcast, into the drawing. But it's going to all, like everything goes to BHA, and so hopefully you Dallas folks or local people come into Dallas, hang out, get a hotel room, support the Dallas economy. You know, it's struggling. Need your help.
Should just sell you guys on that.
And support BHA and Tailwaters. Maybe get your fly rod restrung.
Yeah.
You know, Sean will Sean. I mean, maybe you get a
Sean's
lesson.
shit.
Yeah.
Sean's the best. So just come hang out with us and Sean.
Buy yourself some new flies. They have fly tying equipment there now. Get yourself a new pair of Sims waders.
Stop by Cinnamon Creek Ranch, get chiggers on your 30-minute outing in their woods, which did happen.
It occurs. But make sure you are putting that on your calendar. August 17th, Tailwaters. Come and hang out with us. Enter the... I mean, there's going to be a bunch of stuff we're giving away. I don't know what we're giving away yet, but I know we're giving away a duck hunt from the Stormwater Creek crew.
Fact. We'll have
Fact.
the boat there with pop-up blind and banners.
Yeah, you can even see the boat you're going to get into and maybe run over a tree.
Mhm.
Or
Maybe
5.
Or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chuckles. Everybody's got laughs.
Everybody's got laughs. A
Laugh
bunch
it
of
up,
goddamn comedians.
It's gonna take a while for that to grow back. So we'll show you where we crash all the
I will
channels.
take my okay. I'm gonna go by myself. I'm gonna chainsaw my way through that channel.
It was bad.
No. I'm gonna chainsaw all those trees down. I'm gonna make way for me to go through that channel to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it by myself if I have to.
I mean, I don't give a shit if you do it. Just like, let's not run through the forest of fucking trees that's there right now.
If you say go right and I go right, you're like, what are you doing?
Nobody
What?
said go right.
He did.
Once again,
No.
it's kind of like driving with your
Exactly.
friend and saying, "Hey, take the next right," and you just turn right,
You're
and you're just like, "Oh, the curb, all that shit, cool."
Done.
Yeah, I assumed you had been there before because we had been there before and gone out that way.
You've gone
You
out
know what
towards the
assuming
right on the
does.
left.
assuming makes assholes out
I
of you and
I
myself.
assumed the fact that you had gone out there in both daylight and pitch ass black dark and navigated through it
In a kayak.
completely fine.
Lady, hold yourself. I said,
Somehow
when
you
I texted you prior to this, I said, oh, we're going to run this creek channel. We go where the log is at? And you said, no, go right. And I said, okay. And we get on the boat ramp, and we kind of start meandering. Mind you, we have no idea what we're doing. And then we kind of go toward a tree. And I said, we're going right. Right? And you said, absolutely. We slam into
In
a tree.
10 feet.
No.
In 10 feet,
No.
we will take right.
You should be able
Where
to
there's an
say-
opening that goes out that you have driven past a dozen times.
And then it's fault.
All things are
You said go
excusable
right.
except for the fact that you somehow thought we should drive through the woods.
That was right.
No,
Austin
I-
says the boat and all passengers made it back home, so you can
we're
go fuck
fine.
yourself.
I mean,
I had a wonderful time.
I had a fucking awesome time.
It's great.
You kidding me? We found
Sir,
a dozen new duck spots.
Jordan and I found ducks on Sunday.
Yeah.
Ducks.
Yep.
Actual ducks.
We found duck feathers,
We found duck feathers.
which is kind of like finding your kid's jerk rag.
Oh,
Cue the music.
Wow,
No.
this escalated quickly.
Something was here. I don't know what it was, but it occurred.
Things happened here.
It occurred.
Mm.
I believe this is where like evil occurred. So,
Duck
enter
hunt.
the podcast
Is this-
raffle.
if you want to duck hunt with us,
if you too want to be a
we would
miserable
love to have
piece
you.
of shit,
But
you join
nothing will change.
Except he knows how to drive the boat now.
Oh my god. And we're not talking
That's
about that.
true.
We're talking about conversationally.
us. Oh yeah.
If you're prepared for this, you should enter the raffle. We take no proceeds
somehow-
from this. We will provide boating. We will provide what else? Breakfast, coffee.
We'll go to the extent if
All you
if-
show up with is gun and ammo.
I'll tell you this: if you show up and you are like, "I've never duck hunted," and you somehow win this, we'll pay for you. We'll cover your ammo and your gun.
Absolutely, I'll say that too. You'll want a pump 870. We'll cover your ammo.
Yeah, you'll be running a pump
Absolutely.
870. I'm hoping.
I've got a spare.
I'm hoping you can use mine because I'm hoping I'm shooting
No,
a
I
Stoker
got my
3500.
Which is duck I've killed a pile of ducks with.
So I've been in the
If you win
wormhole of
this,
new shotguns.
You show up with a duck you show up with a license, a waterfowl stamp,
All right.
and the
so
want to hunt.
I want a new. I want a new
No,
shotgun.
I 100% respect you because I've been in that situation.
100. I mean, if you don't even have waiters, we'll fucking figure
No,
it
you
out.
don't need waiters.
Yeah.
We
We've
will
got
get.
extras.
We'll
we will-
figure that
no,
shit out.
You don't need them. We will
Yeah.
get you in the boat. We will push this off. The rest of us will take care of your shit.
Just like
But with like everything you bid on this hunt at this event in August, we'll go straight back to
we'll
toward
figure it
BHA.
out. Yeah, nothing comes to us.
No.
Now, talk me out of an over/under shotgun. I kind of
Don't
like an
buy
over.
it.
I kind of like an over/under shotgun. Changed my mind. The only reason that
What do you plan to do with
It's
this?
a whole
I just-
podcast.
I kind of just have been like, so I'm in the
There-
market for a new shotgun, and I
Unless
legitimately
you plan to spend $1,100
they're garbage.
Mhm.
Oh really?
and you don't want to duck hunt with them,
I just they
buy
seem
you
like-
a goddamn Stoker.
Let the young
No, I
guys-
get it. That's obviously what I want.
Once you own a Stoger in 2 years, when you're like, hey, I forgot I don't like kids anymore. I've got $1,100 to spare. Go buy your Brown and White Wing.
I can buy what seems to be a decent over under for $500. $600.
What seems to be?
What's the difference?
Sweetheart? Have we been in this situation before?
Of course.
What seems to be?
Seems to be.
What seems to be?
Ifs and ands and candy and nuts.
Can you trust me?
Of course I can. But what is the difference between an $1,100 shotgun and a $500 or an $800 like over and under?
What's the difference between your $300 pump 870
but
and no, shut up. And your $700 Stoger?
Well, I mean, it's $300, and it's like, but is there not a break-even point where you're like, oh well, if you're paying $1,100. I'm not saying I'm going to buy a $200 over under.
I know.
I'm saying like an $800 over under.
With someone who had one of the cheap Stoger over unders.
Yeah,
it was a piece
garbage
of shit.
What was the piece of shit about it?
It didn't eject. It was just an opener. It just.
So you had to pull the fucking shells out.
Yeah, just like don't do it. You have no. I know you. You're a close friend of mine. You have no use for an over under.
I want to be that guy that's just like walking around with the fucking
over your shoulder.
Over.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, like.
But.
I feel like the moment that I get an over and under shotgun that I can put over my shoulder, I've got fuck you money.
Brian, no. You don't have to have fuck you money.
Is that fuck you money?
No, it's only $1,100.
I don't think that is. I think my definition of fuck you money is not right.
$1,000.
I think Jordan and I have the same idea of fuck you money. I've had $8, bitches.
Like, you ever seen $700?
Yeah, cash money.
$1,100. Brown and White Wing.
Yeah.
I believe that's what they run. Somebody in this podcast is going to listen and
I
say I'm an idiot.
will not buy an $1,100 shotgun. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh.
And your speech is over.
Well,
Craigslist.
We're done here.
Time to go.
It's hard enough. Like, I want a Stoger so goddamn bad I can't stand it, and I'm still like...
And now you're trying to spend $600, $500.
$700. Is that what the $3,500?
Oh my God. That will shoot as well. An over-under is just like... Because the big deal is you have two different
I want to feel like I oppress people. And I feel like an over-under is that kind of thing.
He doesn't want birds in the boat. He wants women
a
to
shit
watch
pile of dudes
with.
2 weeks ago with Dallas Safari Club emblems all over their shit. Shoot that couldn't hit a clay in the world.
Yeah.
Shooting super nice over-unders. Who gives a fuck?
Green jacket, gold jacket.
If you're shooting clays as a profession or clays as a sport, shoot an over-under. Because you throw different chokes in them.
You could have two different choke patterns.
Mm-hmm. That's the beauty of it.
One for close, one for far.
You're never going to do that.
Fuck no.
Buy you a 3500.
Yeah.
Be a grown-ass man.
It's all I want. It's all I want.
What's the holdup? You don't have children.
I have somebody's birthday coming up. I can't just blow money off of it.
Buy her a shotgun. She'd be like, why'd you buy me this? I'm like, you don't like it? I'm sorry.
I don't think it works that way.
It could. It might not go well, but it could work that way. Like, I'm not talking about politics.
I think you're divulging into Jordan right now.
No.
This sounds like Jordan argument. Nah, you should do it, bro.
I'm talking logic versus politics.
That's why I'm going to wait till August. I get a bonus. I can take my money.
You do whatever you want.
Buy a gun. Pattern it. Be good to go.
Patterning is fucking dumb.
I just like to see like what it looks like.
Have you patterned the shotgun you have now?
No.
Exactly. You don't fucking care.
And you know what? I feel like I'm a piece of garbage. But I feel like if I shoot the gun and I can see what the pattern is coming at it with a specific round, then I'll at least know how to aim better.
Shoot ducks better.
A shotgun.
Yep, you will do so much better.
Go do it.
If you know what the
Whatever.
pattern is coming out of it,
because you're gonna do better. You're gonna aim it so much different. I have complete faith in you. If you can't sense the sarcasm in my voice,
I'm picking it up.
Then I quit this podcast.
So why is patterning your shotgun dumb?
How are you going to change what you're already doing?
Okay, it's not dumb, but
that's my point.
But if I know what the pattern of the gun is,
you're especially like if you're shooting turkey, pattern it maybe. Because you're
when
shooting
ducks are flying and slamming down,
a way tighter group. Sure, so you hit him in the face. She shot her shotgun. I shot mine. We patterned them both on this Duck 101 course last year.
So in the Duck 101 course, they had you pattern a shotgun, and now you're like, fuck that.
Because
didn't change
it did
anything.
nothing.
Because everybody talked about my short barrel, and I choked up one notch, and it patterned the exact goddamn same. There was no.
But do you think that it helped you to know kind of like what your pattern was to like visually think about shooting a duck?
Are you gonna think about that in 2 seconds?
I think so. I would.
Bullshit.
Why would you not?
Because I've duck hunted with you, and we're all like,
oh god!
Oh god! There's ducks!
I know. I'm trying to get away from that.
Like we're drinking coffee. Like
I don't think there's ever getting away from that.
Dude, it's so cold. It's so cold.
There absolutely is.
It's a carpet rolled over there. Do you see
I
the carpet rolled over there? Fuck! Oh god! There's ducks! There's ducks! They're coming in!
And that's when I calm myself down.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm like, all right, there they come. How much do I need to lead? What am you know?
You know what you want to do?
There's no time to think that.
Which I think I'm going to do this year. If you really want to nerd out, red dot.
Yeah.
You're gonna red dot a duck hunting during duck hunting.
I've done it. I did it 3 years ago.
I'd do it.
You put a red dot on your shotgun.
And actually patterned it. So like I see a duck.
Now I'm a dickhead because I didn't have a red head.
No.
Wait a minute. I didn't have a red dot.
I can say duck, red dot, blouch. And someone's going to email in and say I'm a jerk, and I'm a dick, and I'm an asshole.
Thanks.
You're probably right. You're 100% probably right.
But
why not?
I am having some badass duck tamales.
You want to go down that rabbit hole? Red dot. But you need to buy an RMR. Not a tube. It needs to be an RMR.
Which is, well, I don't know what the fuck RMR means.
Just it's a real small red dot.
Yeah, with the half moon.
Yeah, real thin.
I got one of those
cage.
in Call of Duty once. It took me a long time.
Yeah. And in real life, it's cost you $500.
Yeah. I just had to kill like 5 people. Oh wait, that was a nuke. Never mind. I don't know.
So you're not gonna do that in real life. So buy a new shotgun.
You changed my mind.
Okay, I have no faith that you're gonna spend $600 on a shotgun and then buy a $500 red dot.
Nope, I won't buy $1,100 over and under to look like I'm fucking
Elmer Fudd.
Exactly.
Wowoo. My point exactly.
All right,
If you
sign
nerd
up.
out. There's your nerding out.
Sign up for the. Go to BHA. Go to our Facebook page on BHA. Go to our Facebook page for Stormwater Creek. Sign up for the updates. Email info@Stormwater Creek. Like and subscribe to the podcast if this is like somehow you lucked into this one and you're like, whoa, this is a shit show. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah, we
is.
lost members since we started this. So
We keep going backwards. We started with 5,000 and we're down to 1,000.
Yeah.
No, we appreciate everybody who's listening to the podcast. Make sure you tell somebody, tell a friend, and stay tuned. Cool things are happening.
Keep up.
We appreciate it.
Thanks, girls, for being on the podcast.
Of course.
Only one soldier is alive still.
Tracy got sleepy.
She's so
Brandon, you
sleepy.
didn't say much.
Yeah, that's
You
average.
did. You did for the end of the podcast. You carried the last 20, 30 minutes of it.
Certainly.
Hey, man.
Just
You're a
like me.
closer. Sit in the bullpen. Chill out.
Closer. I'm a closer.
I'm a mojo.
You get to drink coffee. Thanks for listening to the podcast, guys.
All right.
Adios.
Good night.
Stay tuned.